Peter. All right. Because of the way I've been trying to work on plot more than notes, I think everybody's just gonna get five, if everybody's cool with that. Three for the story stuff, which you all checked easily, and two for anything that you would have done, unless again you think you have more than two failures, or you have already checked off for your failures, in which case you can just take the three if you know what they are, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, say that again about the failures.
So, did you check off your failures from last time, or did
Last time
I usually check off my failures.
Okay,
I don't think I had any last week.
I had a bunch. I had two. Yeah, last time I had two.
okay. So then that's fine. That sounds right. So you would have a total of five because you get three at the beginning of the session, and then
Ah,
you have
cool.
the two from before, and then
Okay, so I got five. So I got five. So now I have 14.
okay,
Cool.
and then Claire would just get three. If you don't think you had any failures,
I didn't think I had any failures.
I don't
I
think
try to mark down my failures as they happen.
I'm trying
I
to.
don't apply the
Right. I'm trying to make it so that you guys mark on the failures on your end because
yeah.
the
Yep.
notes are lagging behind, and I don't want to have a thing where we have to keep like, all right, well, we can't have a session because I have to search through the
No,
notes
no,
to make sure.
I get that because I'm very bad about that. Yeah, I've been trying to. I've actually been like last couple of sessions been like very diligent about like
Got it.
marking them
Okay.
off because I've been very bad about that before. Where I was like, I think I had like three last
I
time.
think Dean definitely had a couple of failures, or at least one failure from last time. I can't recall exactly the instance, but I can tell you I'm sure he did. You know. Um, let's see. Did you mark down any failures, Dean?
I did, but the piece of paper that I have over here where I keep my those marks
Yeah.
has been disappeared.
Okay. So just take five total. It's not that serious. So just yeah,
Yeah,
here you go. Five. Okay. There you go.
sounds good.
Okay. So that gets everybody up to speed from last time. When we faded out, uh, Dean's character had just realized, and I think he's probably going to tell everybody else soon, that the Rat Queen is the guidance counselor. When he realized this, when his bugs flew really close to its face, and the shape of its face, her face, uh, now that he had gotten a very close look and he had thought about it, is not quite it's human, but it's very angular. Her eyes are very small. Um, you get the idea that this person works close with Phidias, and that would make the most sense. Um, and she also seems to have some sort of superhuman regeneration, which happened quickly after your bugs had torn into her.
He's
So
never actually met the Rat Queen, has
you have
he?
never met the Rat Queen, but
Or I was planning on
she
having
has she has
a little
been
tea party.
mentioned off and on,
Right.
mostly from your buddy Nick, who has apparently been every time you guys all go off to do an encounter, the Rat Queen also sends minions. Nick's been basically beating back those minions. That's why he always shows up at the end of combat because he's wrestling with his own secret like side missions against the Rat Queen.
I think my plan for swooing the Rat Queen isn't going to work now. But
It depends on, well, you didn't launch the attack, but she definitely knows that somebody did. You know? I don't know. It depends on what you think the Rat Queen knows, you know?
I don't know what she knows. All I know is that we're going to be dealing with this one way or another. This
I
is
mean,
getting meta.
she's gonna be a thorn in your side. Either way.
Oh yeah, yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Oh, guys, you're not gonna believe this. The guidance counselor is the Rat Queen, and
what?
Miss Jenkins, yeah.
Oh
and
no.
do you ever see Terminator 2?
No, I haven't actually seen that movie.
Oh my
I've seen the
God!
first one.
Oh God! Yeah.
We'll put it on the list for things to watch at the next movie night.
I can't. The T-1000, the bad guy from T2,
Yeah.
Robert Patrick's character, crazy healing factor. You can like blow his head up and it just like re reforms. Well, guidance counselor's just like that. She's got this crazy healing factor.
All right. So the guidance counselor. You're telling me the guidance counselor is the the Rat Queen. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what you're telling me? And she has a
That or
crazy
she's
healing
from the
factor.
future and she's a Terminator.
I mean, I mean, the fact that we dealt with aliens from the future already, both are plausible. I'm gonna think it's I think it's gonna be probably she's the Rat Queen, maybe. I wanted to see if I can get her on our side.
I mean, I've never seen the Rat Queen, but like this like she, I mean, angular, angular features are like. What is she? What does the Rat Queen look like?
I don't know. I just assumed a rat.
So here's the things that reminded you of her. Of a person that you would consider a rat queen. She kind of hunched over, right? Her face is kind of like human faces are more like rounded. Her face is a bit more narrowly defined. Her nose is like a little bit pointier. Her head is a little bit more angular. Like her eyes, you realize, okay, she has black eyes, but you've never gone face to face with her in that way. And you realize, oh, her eyes are just basically like really tiny, like in proportional, you know? So there's
You
little
ever watch,
odd, weird things.
do you ever watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
It's like Master Splinter, except like
Oh, it's
better.
Master Splinter.
A little bit Master Splintery, yeah.
All right. Well, we don't know. That's the person you attack, and your bugs attack them.
Yeah, I attacked this person with flies, and that's who I saw.
All right. Well, we don't. All we know is that the guidance counselor is absolutely against us. She might be the Rat Queen, if we're gonna consider that she has rat-like features.
She's got
With
a
this
crazy healing
knowledge,
factor.
with the crazy. Well, we're gonna have to deal with that at some point. But I feel like what we should do is, I feel like we need more information.
We
At
definitely
least
like.
I feel
I
like
mean,
we need more information at this point.
does anybody know how to suppress a healing factor? Because that might be used.
No.
Well, maybe vampirism. I don't know. Is that I don't know. Maybe we
Like
should.
an energy drain.
Maybe I wanted to talk to the Rat Queen because I was hoping that we could come to an agreement.
Well, you already sent out your, as I recall, you already sent out your little minion. The minion went into like,
Invitation.
yeah, you sent
Yeah.
out an invitation.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
just gonna wait back. So I say at this point, um, my little buddy's gonna come back at some point. We'll get the details, and I'm gonna be setting up a nice, beautiful dinner date tea party for befit a queen of a rat, and we'll hopefully get to some talking, and hopefully we
Well,
can come to an agreement. And yes,
well, also, she doesn't know who we are, right? She doesn't know who you are.
no, but I'm planning on changing that.
Right, right,
That's
right.
good.
But I'm saying, as far as she's concerned, we're just students at the school. And what is weird about students at a school coming to see a guidance counselor to ask for some advice?
At this
Um,
point, we just assume that she knows who we are.
I don't think we should assume anything. I think the idea of one of us going to the guidance counselor is actually a pretty decently good idea, especially if you have some at-home problems that you want to talk about to a guidance counselor. I mean, I could go out and talk with some of my family. Any of us could go and talk. I think that actually might be a really good way to get some information, honestly, before
so
we jump the gun.
either get information or use it as an ambush. Like
A what?
she wouldn't be expecting let's say we all show up at the same time during school hours. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out of there as an
go.
option.
Just gang up on her in the guidance counselor office. And start
I mean, I'm just.
put a bag over
I
her
don't
head.
think I think one of us should go first and just talk
It's
to
just
her
an option.
as a
It's just an option.
normal. Keep that option in the back of your head. That might be an option later. Before we go guns blazing, I say we should just try to get information. I mean, we have the ability to talk to each other in our minds. Hopefully, there.
Well,
I think if we're I mean, I'm still convinced that she's been two steps ahead of us this whole time.
Just
I think she
imagine.
knows who we are. But like I agree with you. I think that if we're going to approach her as a student guidance counselor relationship, we should go one at a time.
Yeah, let's go one at a
If
time.
if
Don't
we
assume.
show up as a group and she doesn't know who we are, we show up as a group that may trigger the I don't
Fight
know.
or flight.
We could be around, like, there's nothing saying that we couldn't just be around the corner near the guidance counselor office, one of us reading a book or something, or doing some schoolwork
Oh,
outside.
sure.
But
We need to be close by in case we need to strike.
yeah,
If say hypothetically you go in to talk to her about something, if you go in to talk to her about like personal struggles with school or whatever,
I
you
mean,
know,
I
um,
have some
we
personal
should be
struggles
close
I can
by in
totally
case
talk.
you need our help.
So, okay, so it sounds like we're all up on the idea of having one of us talk to her first. I will say again, let's don't reveal too much information of us, of the fact that that she might know us. Let her reveal that information before we assume things. But we should at least keep in the back of our minds that yes, there is a possibility. There's a non-zero chance that she probably knows who we are. But so with that in mind, who should go and talk to her? I guess Link.
Um,
Do you
Well,
want me
you know,
to
I
help
will.
you with this? No, sorry, go ahead.
Uh,
Because I don't mind. I can
Listen,
go.
here's the thing. She either
Yeah.
knows I sent the flies at her, or she doesn't.
All right.
If
So
I
you're out.
go,
Yeah.
no, I'll go because she either knows and she'll dispatch me quickly, or I'll know immediately that she doesn't know it was me, and that she doesn't know that it's us.
So the other thing is the headpiece I'm wearing, right?
Yeah.
I at least should be nearby in case she calls for help, or maybe she has an ambush hidden in the walls.
All right. So you want to be on standby. Is that what I'm hearing?
Uh well, let me think about that
Let's,
because
let's,
it's
You have to wear that circlet though. Like you're gonna be walking around with I'm just
I mean,
saying.
I'm just a quirky high school student. What
we,
can I say?
What's
Okay,
close
Elroy.
to her office? Like realistically, like where could we as a group be situated
I mean,
in her
someone could be
office
outside
without
of her
raising
window
awareness?
outside. Another person could be in the hallway waiting for the next person to go in, or just reading a book saying, "Oh, they're waiting for me." Like
right. I'm saying, how
like
weird is it?
things like that.
Yeah,
You
I'm
could
saying it's
just
not
be
weird to be waiting for your friend, but by to talk to the guidance counselor, it's not that
yeah,
strange.
or be
Yeah, sure,
outside
but
having a
if you're
picnic waiting
hanging
for
out
them.
underneath the window, underneath their window, like, and you get seen, like, what are you doing outside the window?
Well,
Like
don't
that.
be
Being a
looking
weird
look.
college, being a weird high school student, like waiting, trying to play a practical joke on your friend. Just play it off easily. Just you're a high school student being
It,
really weird.
yeah, I guess,
That's
like,
not too
hey,
hard. I
it,
jest. I'm joking. I'm joking.
it's October. You could be planting like uh flowers that you plant in the fall and they come up in the spring outside
You're
her
doing an
window.
excellent job
Actually,
there,
a
Dean.
question. Do we know if her office is on the second floor or the first floor? This
Unfortunately, due to the description I've given, because those things stick, is she's definitely on the first floor because she had an open
Yeah, that's what I
window
thought.
that could come
All
in.
right,
Yeah,
so
I gave a
that's what I
description,
meant.
so
Okay. So there's
yeah.
an open window outside. That means you can go be sitting outside near like a tree, having a picnic, pretending you're taekwondo outside. I don't know. See,
Planting
there you go. Classic
planting flowers and
ice
being weird, like Dean said.
being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just say that
That
you're about to go out with this really cool girl who's just kind of quirky, and you're just trying to get that quirkiness up, or I don't know. I poke fun at the fact. No. But
Nick starts listing off names of plants that you can plant in the fall because he's part of the gardening club. He'll say things like toad lilies and autumn
ooh.
crocus and chrysanthemums. And he's trying to give you ideas in case someone asks.
Yeah, there you go, Dean.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah.
even go pick up some flowers. You could just actually plant some flowers while you're
Oh, he's with the
listening.
gardening club. Nick will laugh. I'll go, yeah. Oh, good, 2 members.
I mean, if you want, you can help out if you'd like. You can actually plant some flowers.
Oh, that's fine. Nick is
I
perfectly
think
okay
that's a
with being
great
part of
idea.
the scenery, as it were, in the front.
All right. I guess if that's the case, unless you guys don't want to do it, I'll do it. I don't mind. I have enough trauma that I could.
It's too bad none of us have like an invisibility power.
I can control shadows, and that's about it. I can make shadows darker. Ooh.
Well, that could be actually helpful. So somebody can hide in the corner, you know.
True. All right. So let's get this plan. Let's get this plan. So one of us is going to be in there. Other people are going to be nearby. So as I said before, unless I don't mind being the person who does it, unless somebody really wants to do it. Who
I
wants
mean,
to?
I think like, I mean, she either knows it was me that sent the flies or she doesn't. And
Right.
I
So
think
you shouldn't go. And then
I don't think you should go.
since Claire's the one that wants to have the meeting in the first place, just bring your
yeah,
maybe bring your our new rat friend over here, or maybe even send him first, and
I
then
mean, I'm not going to send him. I'm not going to send him to a place that I'm not 100% sure he's not going to get himself hurt. I'm not a monster.
well, because I'm saying, think about it this way: since he's kind of familiar with us now, right? And when you come in, he might recognize you and be like, all friendly. Maybe they'll score you some extra points with the rat queen. You know, you're a friend to the rats. Or
Say I just got a new pet.
or she gives you away, and
I mean, I don't think Gavigan's gonna really care if he's gonna be in my backpack or in walking in first. Granted, I don't know. I can't really
well,
ask him. I can't really talk her out anymore.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying if he's in your backpack, like that actually, because the rat queen probably sense that there's a rat, you know,
Actually,
squeaking.
yeah, you're right. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll bring extra. I have treats. It's worth. All right. So I go in. You guys are around. I have my buddy, petting Buff, Gavigan the Buff, the muscular alpha rat.
Gavigan the Muscular is a really funny name for a rat, so I'm just gonna keep that
Hey,
one.
how about this? I go there first, drop him off, and be like, hey, somebody outside just gave me this as a asked me to like.
I want her to know if she is the rat queen. I want her to know it's me, and I want to be there so I can at least say
Okay,
Do you understand what I mean?
right? Did she reply back saying where the meeting is going to be?
No, she hasn't. That's why I said let's wait. Let's wait
Right,
a second.
they just sent all.
Okay.
I mean, within a few minutes, I would say well, it's probably more like 10 or 15 minutes ago. You sent off your messenger, so it might be a little while, especially if she is a rat queen, and of course she has to clear her schedule and do such things like that. So
Also a counselor at the school.
yeah, you don't. If you're leading a double life, you probably don't do it during school hours.
Probably, most likely. All right. With that in mind, what time of day is it?
It is only like maybe late afternoon, maybe like 2 o'clock at tops.
So
Even
the
with going to the
school's
pet store, your school's
is
still
it?
open, but you've all been. I was going to get to that. You've all been excused for the day due to the trip. Basically, you're all on the call out log, so you can decide whether or not you want to still show up at the school because you're on the call out log. That's up to you.
We there's school tomorrow though, right?
There is school tomorrow. It'll be Friday, and there'll be
All
school.
right. So we can just I can just go down to the guidance counselor tomorrow if I don't get any information back and we'll make a plan. Sound good? Well, Operation Rat Queen will be a go.
It's that pull away shower. Everyone's like someone standing in the bushes, and there's someone outside reading a book, right? And then it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
We can. I feel like we can do better than that
All right.
for the operation, eh? But Workshop
give
it.
a better.
Workshop
If
it.
you got a better name, say it. Work in
Huh?
progress. I said, if you
Yeah, I'm
got a
saying
better.
we'll workshop it. I gotta workshop
Yeah.
it a little bit.
Hey, that's the only thing I could come up with. I'm not
What
that
what,
great.
what are we trying to do with the Rat Queen? Extermination? Is that
No, we're not exterminating her. That's like Plan F. Plan Z is if all else fails, yes, we get rid of her. But I would like to try to talk to her first, and if see what her ideas are and what her motives are, and see if we can work with it. But there is a non-zero chance that it's a lost cause. But I would like to see if you know what I mean, right? Do you understand what I want to do?
okay? How about Operation Squeak Diplomacy?
Yes, I like that. The Squeak Adventures. Squeak
Squeak
Squad.
Adventure. Squeak Adventures. I think I like that. I think I like that.
Squeak Ventures.
All right.
Great. Okay. Ventures. Okay. Got it. All right. So Operation Squeak Ventures will be a go. All right. What do you guys do for the rest chunk of your day? Do you go back home? You just were like on vacation for like a week. Time has basically been restored, you know what I mean? Like to your original time, but you have aged a week. Oh, and anything that you didn't get out of that downstairs area, like the workshop, just disappears. You don't bring it with you when you leave. So no bringing drinks and things from your fantasy weird world that
All right,
vaporized when you went through the portal.
that makes
We'll
sense.
make it
So I hope no one is wearing clothes from there because you would have just
They would
popped up
despawn,
butt naked.
just gone.
You probably that's why you had your own clothes. Luckily,
Yeah, I brought a change in my backpack.
right?
Did you guys want to go watch that Terminator 2 movie that you guys were talking about? I haven't seen it yet. You guys want to have a movie night before I head home?
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so much better than the first.
All right, let's do.
Usually sequels,
Well,
but this movie was
actually, I think I'm gonna go do some research.
Okay. I mean, I'm just waiting. All right, so would you like some help with that research, or are you gonna go? Or
Well, I'm gonna go look around the school, see if I can learn anything about these rats.
I'm just waiting back to hear back from my buddy. So
Right. But we know, what we ultimately have to do. So I just wanna see if we can get a leg up before we
that's fair.
commit to the operation.
That's fair. Out
I'll
of character.
call you later.
All right.
Yeah.
I wave goodbye. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry. What was the
Out of character. What? Yeah.
question?
Sorry.
Out of character, do we have access to like talk to each other in our minds, or because
So I will allow that you can do normal conversation as Derek as basically. Unfortunately, Derek is pretty much just a telephone pole. He won't like interact with things. He'll just kind of like turn it on and off. You know, he'll just be in
Okay.
his room turning it on and off or something with a
he has
switchboard.
the dream food didn't really settle well with his stomach. He's just
Something, yeah.
or something else happened. Who knows? Something else happened.
I can figure out something for him in the meantime when we reconvene. But for the most part, he basically says he's busy, but he'll keep the line open so that people can communicate.
All right, thanks.
Okay. So you're gonna go back to the school, Amos. Claire, where are you going?
With that we're gonna.
Yeah. Are they seeing a movie?
With that we're gonna go see a movie.
Okay.
Unless there was something more productive we could be doing.
I mean, there depends on what you want to do. Let me think. There is a list of the wonders of the school left that we have barely touched. Not that I'm
Oh.
saying you need to do that. I'm saying they still exist.
Oh, yeah, that's
The what?
The wonders of
wonders.
the wonders. He's like, you're going way back in time. I know. Give me a
Oh,
give me a
yeah.
second. That's why I do have those notes. Let me open up that tab because I wasn't sure we were going to get to that real quick. Docs. So,
Oh, like this, like the things we discovered in the
right,
the
I think you've only looked into two of them.
The photo, right? Or the music?
The music wasn't one of the wonders. The mirror in the bathroom and the weird froggy people thing has been looked into for sure. Um, Let me look at player facing notes. Here we are. I actually have little progress tags in the notes for like where those things are. So let me just look at those real quick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to go into.
The portal in the hallway, which is apparently in one of the wings, scratching is heard from the walls. That one hasn't been looked into. The ghost of a dead priest wanders the lunchroom. Ghostly voices are heard from the principal's office at times, and clocks spin wildly in the library at night. Technically, the bathroom mirror has been partially explored because you guys were like, I don't think I just want to like mess with that. It seems dangerous.
Well, I think so we reached into it like mentally.
You did, and whatever place that wasn't too great. So it depends
That was
on.
a whole lot of
Right.
nope. I
That
think
was
we
a
noped out
whole
of
lot.
that one.
That's a whole lot of nope. So it's pretty much like completed as much as you want to safely.
Well, so do we want to destroy that? Maybe. I guess.
I say let's put a pin on it, and
That's
we'll
what you
deal
Right.
guys
with that.
did, yeah.
We'll put a pin on it, and we'll deal with it later.
Yeah,
Unless
that
it starts
makes
hurting
sense.
people, then
But
absolutely.
let's see. So those are things that you could look into if you feel like doing such. And as far as the rats and the Rat Queen,
Yeah. S- s-
there are
So
other
so
leads you could follow technically. That
so well. Yeah. I definitely don't really. No, I want to pursue the rats first, just because that's a much more
yeah, I get it.
um much more pressing problem.
Okay.
I think if you're gonna like once I guess Claire remembers some of those wonders. I'm like, oh yeah, I got nothing else better to do.
I mean, the movie sounded kind of fun, but
Movie did sound fun.
um, but yeah, I did want to
We can just
maybe learn something about the rats. Use some of my uh, glimpsing the truth skills, if you will, and maybe give us a leg up, a paw up on them, if you will.
Aw, man, I see what you did there. Ha ha.
Uh,
But,
so you talk about how to get more information on the rats, and Nick kind of like just looks at you like, if you want information on the rats, I've been fighting them for like every time we go to combat. What do you want to know about the rats? They're horrible. He'll
Well,
say.
I mean, I still want to go to the school, maybe try to find out where, how they move around. I'm not sure, but sure. I mean, if you think any information can help.
Okay.
maybe
Well, do you want a basic rundown of what they're like? Because I can tell you that I've had to deal with them several times.
Sure.
Okay. Um, they're stronger than your average rat, obviously. They have horrible human-like hands that can grasp objects. They haven't really done that, but they probably could. Their faces are humanoid-ish, so they're like shrunken down and shriveled. They look like say like picture like it's a like the rat-like frame, but the face is like a shrunken head, like you see like in a voodoo doll, like the head is just wrong because it's like
So it's like
proportional. Yeah,
humanoid.
yeah, it's humanoid. It's like a human face, but it's
My
like
God.
crunched down like this, like low. Like I have almost no neck. It's just a face on the rat body.
And you're the only one that's noticed any of these
Oh no, no, no.
qualities.
Oh no, we've noticed. Well, let's roll back to see if Nick was there. Nick wasn't there the first time. Dean and a few other people had seen them in the initial counter with where they tried to snatch one of the objects because it was away from you guys.
Oh,
Well,
that's when I
at
sent Spider Buddy.
Right. So you
Wait,
people had
at
seen
the
those
field,
things.
at the field, right?
At the gazebo, well, the ex-gazebo at this point. But yeah, the
Right.
incident, that incident, you guys had seen them up close, and I
Yeah, they
think
all jumped
most
out.
people went running from seeing
Right,
them
right, right. They jumped out of the ground.
out of the sewer, yeah, in like a wave.
Yep.
So there was a lot of them because it was like when you looked down the sewer at that area, it was like a river of them going through the sewers.
Right. I just don't think I examined them closely.
I don't think most people
That's
wanted to.
Yeah.
Nick has had the unfortunate thing of being up close with them with a staff, so he's seen them.
Right, right, right.
So it's like I think that's about what I can tell you. As for their habits and things, I could guess, but I don't think I know enough about their culture and stuff to guess.
Well, they
And what-
they make babies with spiders. That's all I'll say.
So,
They make babies with whatever, to be honest.
and have you seen them? You've seen them at the school, though, right? In the garden.
I've seen them mostly. It's during in other encounters. So when you guys were fighting Eric's they were coming through the hallways, trying to interfere with you guys, and I stood my ground in one of the other hallways, holding them back.
Oh, I did not even feel like
I
I
have a
didn't.
strict kind of I'm anti-killing due to a bunch of other issues, and so I did not kill any of them. I simply knocked them out, and the rest of them kind of gathered them up and left.
So would you have a problem if we did have to kill them? Is that going to be
I
a problem for you?
personally have a code against killing. I don't think it's correct. It's the correct thing, but I don't think that I have the right to influence other people's opinion.
Good, because I think there's a strong possibility that it might come to that.
I don't
I
think,
hope not.
based on what we know
Plan
of
Z,
her,
Plan Z.
her intentions, it is a strong possibility that she will not react well to any proposal you give. But it's worth a shot, I suppose. I'm more for peace than violence for the most part.
I want to say
Sure.
that I gave it a. So here's the deal. I like giving it a try. I like giving diplomacy a try. We need to see if we can meet some common ground. If there cannot be any common ground, well, I guess we're moving to Plan Z, and that's really what it is. I don't want to immediately go murder hobo guns blazing unless we absolutely have to. Because some days, yeah, you gotta take it out. I understand that, but there's a
peace through strength or whatever.
yeah. There's a possibility of some diplomacy, and honestly, if I don't have to get in a fight, that's a good day. But
But
that's really
I like to plan for the future, and also having having some knowledge, the intelligence of how to defeat them, I think is a good thing, even if we don't necessarily have to use it later.
I might join you. We can still do the Terminator movie later tonight. I think I might join you to the school because I'm kind of very interested in, since you're going to be doing that, I'm actually kind of interested in checking out those wonders, at least a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to where the guidance counselor's office and just kind of look around outside. I actually don't think you should be there, just because it would be if she's there and she sees you.
Well, I won't
If
be in the
she's-
office. I'm going to go down to the library and see if I can
Yeah.
talk to about. I want to see those the ghosts or the sounds in the lunchroom.
I'm just saying, I don't think you should be hanging around near her office, just because it will be weird when you go there tomorrow. It's like, why were you outside last night? But for me, since I'm not going to be necessarily around, it won't be as weird. And I want to look around outside, maybe find the burrows or whatever. I actually don't know enough about
It's in the
rats.
sewers. They're probably coming out of the toilets, if anything.
Yeah. So I want to find where those entrances are, just in case we need to, deal with them, or even just stop them from coming out, in case she calls for backup.
Oh no, she will. There's one rat. There's this sounds like there's a lot of hundreds, thousands.
So you want to hear? And Nick is just thrilled with all the information he has to tell you guys in the not great way because he has to remember them, right? And he just
Yeah.
goes, the good news is it seems like their biting and stuff doesn't really work well against us, at least in our hero form. They kind of just chew at us, which is why I've been able to hold them back. But I don't know how that would go against people who don't have what we have, you know. So if a person gets caught in the crossfire between us and the rats, they will probably get torn up.
Well,
We're going to
hope.
try to avoid that then. Good to
I
know.
mean, school's almost out, so I mean, in a sense, I think it will be fine.
We got to be careful for the janitor. I don't want him to get hurt. He's a pretty nice. He's a pretty chill dude.
Jeez, I just thought about that guy. See, now even I have those moments where I'm like, oh right, the guy you rescued like way long ago. He's probably like doing his own whatever something going on. It'd be funny if he's like has his own NPC thing at the end. It's like this is a random janitor you saved.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So that's what we're doing. What is it? Dean, what's your thoughts? What do you want to do? Do you want to join me on adventuring for these wonders? I mean, we still have to like newspaper club things are still a thing, so we got to at least show up with some information. That was the thought process. Plus, cool ghost stories are awesome. Dean,
You might
is he
be.
here?
I don't
He
know.
might be. All right, I'll put it. Claire asked him. He might be. He'll whether he. Claire's gonna go to the school in a different. She's gonna wait a little bit, like 10 minutes before she goes to the school after Amos, because I don't want because he does bring up a point. So I'll wait, and then after that I'll go myself and going on a little adventure. What could possibly go wrong?
I just wanted to just posting some rat facts in chat in case you guys want to be horrified. And those are normal rats.
Oh, I
Uh,
know. I'm from Boston. See them on the train.
okay.
Those guys they're mean.
Just yeah, and they don't have like
There's-
human hands and are also like stronger than average.
I
So
remember the one time I was like, like they can shoot through metal.
yeah, oh yeah, they apparently they can chew through like I said, like through straight through metal.
Yeah,
The
easy.
apparently one of the ways that they stop well, he stopped mice and some rats by putting like aluminum mesh and you can stuff that into holes and they'll chew into it and be like, oh, and then like either stop or mess themselves up. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much like the only way to stop them from like burrowing into your house.
yeah. Oh, fun fact: if you have mice, you don't have rats because rats eat mice.
Oh,
Did you?
I did
'Cause,
not know that off the top of my head. But that is,
oh, I know. It's one of those things when you live in Boston. But rats are meat. You don't want rats.
the crazy one is they can swim for 3 days. That was the part that I
Yeah,
was like in water. Like just
they're also pretty intelligent creatures.
yep.
But anywho, I want to
Sorry.
get on another little tangent.
No, that's fine. I just rats are interesting. All right. What is the plan? So you guys are gonna go. Claire and Alex are gonna go to the school. I just
Yeah,
need
he
to
will.
know when if Dean is gonna be going or not going. He said something about uh, the player said something dealing with something with his kids. I can always just kind of catch
Uh,
up and
so,
bait.
so,
Go ahead.
so we well, while we're on a tangent,
Sure.
so that's good to hear about the mice and rats. Because something my fuck it, I mean, this might be I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but like something my partner told me yesterday is that her other partner, his house up in like Salem or something. Apparently, they've been having like a mice problem for like a year, uh, and they're just kind of like don't deal with it there.
Oh,
Uh, and my partner, she's allergic to like mammals basically. Like, she used to have rats, and then but she's like allergic to them, so she like can't go to that house at all because like it's kind of ridiculous. But they're just like but the people who live there are just like whatever. And that's
that
like to me
sounds
that's
terrible.
to
Yeah.
me, yeah, I heard that I'm like that's insane.
Hey man,
Because
some
like
people just don't care.
no, because no. So like if I had like cockroaches, right? It's like that sucks. But at least they're not like spreading disease.
Oh,
Like
don't get.
that.
I'm gonna be honest. You can't. I actually would rather have mice than cockroaches. Cockroaches get in your. No, like they're bugs and they'll be in your
I can never
bed.
eat Raisin Bran because of cockroaches. I can't.
No, like
No,
mice
but
you'll be able to kill and you can get rid of them
I'm
pretty
saying.
easily. Hmm?
I mean, so cockroaches generally as well, but like in New York, you just get them because they come up through like the pipes and shit. Um, oh, and about rats, I think it's gotten better, but after the pandemic in like 22, every time I would go to like Central Park, the rats were everywhere.
Well, yeah.
You would walk down a path, and they would just like run from one side of the path to the other all the time. And it's not like there's like a few people, so they're just like no. It would be like daytime with tons of people walking around, and they would just
So
be like out there.
Just
It
trying to
was
get some pizza,
insane.
bro.
that
Just trying to
actually
get
is
some
big.
pizza.
So that's actually what is it? That begs the question. If you're seeing one in the daytime, in the middle of the day, that usually it's that how many of them are around there. That is meaning
Oh,
why
it's
they.
really bad. No, it's real bad. I think it's gotten better because it was just like it was insane. But I think it's gotten way better because they've been like dealing with them. Because during the pandemic, they had like these like little like huts in front of all the restaurants, for like outdoor seating, and those are just like primo space for rats because there'd be like food under the floorboards, and it would be warm because it's like covered, and there would be heat lamps. So it's like it's a nice warm spot with tons of like
It's a rat
crumbs.
sauna, is what you've got there. That's great.
Exactly, exactly. So that they just exploded in population, but they've taken most of those down now. So it's been
Okay.
getting way better.
So,
Anyway, sorry,
sounds
tangent,
like
rat tangent.
Dean's back. So that was the right size tangent. Where where are we going, Dean? Are you going with the party back to the school, or are you gonna head somewhere else or head home? I just want to know so that I can divide the party up properly.
Um,
Claire asked if you wanted to go and find out go explore those 7 wonders of the school since we have time, and then do a movie later. But you do not have to. It was just an offer.
well, do you want me to go look into those 7 wonders?
I mean, I'm interested. I mean, it is stuff. I mean, how much of it could be tied to things that are weird things that are happening around, and maybe
Yeah,
things that might happen in the future. I mean, we have the time, and Amos looks like he's going to be doing is going to be doing stuff on his own for a bit since he said I probably shouldn't be around there, so that's why I'm gonna be at the
yeah,
school, just not on the other side of the school.
right.
So
Uh,
do you want to come or do you want to do something else? I'm just the
yeah, no, the one thing I thought of was, that guy at the bookstore. He seems to know a lot. Like he might have some information that might be useful. Um, especially now that we know that the Rat Queen can like regenerate and heal herself. But I don't necessarily want to go there. Like I don't think we should split up.
all right. So how about we do this? Let's go
Like
explore those 7 wonders.
I'll go with you.
All right, and then we can afterwards, if there's time, let's go to the bookstore, and then after that, we'll watch a movie. Granted that that's keying on if something doesn't crazy happen, which it might. So, like
Um,
how our days are usually pretty crazy.
Right?
just to make things more balanced, Nick decides to go with Amos, and
Okay.
he's going to basically because we should go with a buddy in case things go
I
wrong.
was
That
yeah,
was fun, yeah.
I was actually about to ask Nick. I'm glad he
He
came to the
just
same
looked at the
conclusion I did.
logical conclusion
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
yeah, I should go with Amos.
He both knows about the garden and
Right.
uh about the rats. So
At least this way, like if we split up, we're not alone. We have some numbers, strength in numbers.
Right.
All right, we're not going to be like the Scooby-Doo as we split up and look for clues? Because that sounds like getting got pretty fast.
Yeah.
I will remind this party that the last time we had one of these two people go off and do a thing, they were being chased by fish people. It's just
That's
a little quick.
I was out of character, was not there, so
No, you
I
weren't.
have none of this information.
Okay.
So this is a perfectly fine idea.
Okay.
Going on a ghost hunt and listening out for spooky things sounds perfect for the spooky month of October.
Okay. So, oh God, you're right. One group is doing the ghost tour, right?
Yeah.
And then the other group is actually doing like the straight up like rat investigation at this point. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So, it is late afternoon. Like I said, around 2 o'clock. Which group wants to go first?
I'm good with whatever.
Unfortunately, Amos is only going to have to get to bounce off of Nick. So he'll have to let me know when he wants to talk to Nick. Because Nick, I mean, he'll talk, but usually you get the vibe that, like, if he's asked for something, he will answer. He doesn't really, like, it's not that he doesn't volunteer information. It's more like, unless it's a critical information, he probably won't say it. You know?
Quiet.
I'd rather go second.
Okay.
I gotta do some stuff here.
All right. So we will go with the spooky team.
We're
Do
ghost hunting.
Are you gonna wait till later in the day, or are you gonna go like during like school hours?
Actually, are we allowed to be on the school property after school hours? Like in-
Allowed is question in brackets. There might be a guard or so that roams the school, but it would only be one. You know.
Also, I can hide in the shadows, so
But most of these
You can
legends,
also
when you do these kind of legends, are at night. That's the
you can
whole
also
the point.
stay
How do-
in the. You can stay in the print office. I doubt they'll ever look in there.
Yeah, that nobody even knows that shit's open. Like, I mean, maybe
yeah,
like
you're right.
some teacher
All right,
does.
we're gonna go there. Yeah, I pick up some snacks. I get some juice, some soda.
Okay.
We on the way there, so we have things. And
Okay.
I let my mom. Actually, she expected me back today.
You didn't. I don't know if anyone really said like, okay, I'll be back tomorrow, because you literally left. You're coming back basically the time you left, right?
All right, so she doesn't need to know that I'm back. Okay, that's good. I have a day. All right, we good.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so I'm gonna do the night team first, even though it's kind of awkward in certain ways, because I think he's gonna go during the day, but hopefully they won't overlap, or else I'll have to do some funny storytelling stuff. All right, so you guys go into the newspaper office, not a problem. Oh, Dean. Actually, who's got the lower luck? The lower mystical.
Definitely Dean, because I have the higher mystical.
Okay,
There's
so
no world where he doesn't have.
so
Actually, Dean, what's
Dean.
your mystical?
I don't have any mystical.
Okay,
Okay,
it's gonna
so
be
Dean.
Dean then. Dean's gonna have to make a mystical roll, because he's the one with the lower number. It also can get you points. Hey.
I failed.
Okay. You go into the office, and Louis Bren and Guan are sitting there just chatting basically as you guys walk in. Oh. Louis Bren looks surprised. He goes, "Wait, aren't you guys like cutting? Like what are you doing here?" It's like, what brings you to the office?
What are you guys doing here?
What do you
That's a good
mean?
question.
It's
Look,
the newspaper office.
Yeah.
Look,
And
I mean, I don't know about you, but I might be too cool for school, but I dig this office. I cut my classes and I come here.
As far as Louis
Right.
Bren goes, yeah, it is a little early. School's not quite over, but you get the assumption that Louis just like skipped out of classes that he doesn't like.
I throw him some chips.
I'm
I'm
at
just like,
school
just
all
let
day.
us stay here for a bit, and we're just not. You can have a snack.
Guan says something like, "I handed in the paperwork for all the quizzes and stuff, and I left early because he was bored." Basically. So like he kind of like they asked for his assignments, and then like he already turned in like in advance the stuff that was going to be the lesson plan for today, and the teacher just was like, just let him out of the room, basically. So yeah, he basically was like, I'm too smart for this room, and left.
Oh,
So that's why he's here early. He's like, I was bored. And he's right now he's basically disassembling and cleaning a camera because as a habit.
cool. You guys don't mind if we hang out here for a bit?
It will not interrupt what I'm doing. And Guan will go back to work and wipe a lens. For people, this has been a while since you've seen him. Guan is this. He's basically like an Asian American kid. He's kind of pudgy. He's got a very he's like a roundish features kind of guy, but a very, very kind of. I mean, we have some serious people in our group. Nick is serious in his own way, but Juan has like almost no personality. Like he's kind of flat, you know. And so he don't. You're not gonna interrupt him by being here because he's just sitting there taking his camera apart and putting it back together.
You've gotten pretty good at that, taking your camera apart.
It's I want to get it as a reflex where and he goes, all right, I'll tell you what, and he's kind of excited about it. This is the most excited you've seen him. All the parts are on the table. All right, now I want you to tie a blindfold around me. He'll talk to one of you guys. He doesn't care particularly who.
All right, I go over and I put the blindfold on.
Okay, he
Or
starts
I'll
to
bite.
Okay, he will start. He'll like hit a watch or something, and he'll start assembling the camera with his eyes behind a blindfold.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude,
He's like
that,
moves the lens and like slides it over and closes it.
that's some serious Full Metal Jacket stuff there.
That's sick.
And then
That's like
after about
calling
a minute
you-
or two, he like slams the little watch thing, and then you can now take off the blindfold. I think I'm done. He just looks at it. Yeah, self-satisfied.
Point and shoot, dude. Point and shoot.
He does. Anyway, well, that is definitely amusing for your other friend who's just kind of like pretty impressed. Honestly, he just looks at it, just taking the thing apart, put it back together. All right. Well, anyway, so it's you, Lewis, Brand, Guan, and you two. So
I wait.
okay.
Take out a book. I have my book on I don't know. Just a book.
Okay. You book out a book. Lewis will prod Dean because he doesn't look like he's doing anything particular and be like, so, what you guys up to? Kind of weird to come back this soon on a day you called out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to kill time. Gonna go to a movie later.
You're killing time at the school.
Yeah, I mean,
We're
it seems illogical, but I mean, where else am I supposed to go?
we're trying to if I actually can we access mind reading and right now? Is it open?
I don't think you can access mind reading right now. You can
Okay.
make phone calls. They've left the line open, but you can't. We never actually had the ability to read his mind. Actually,
No, I'm talking. I mean, like not read, but more of a. I want to send Dean a message.
Oh, that's fine. Here's a telephone pole. The telephone
Alright.
pole is open. Yeah.
You get I give you a look, and all you hear in your head is, let's just be honest and tell them that we're thinking about looking some information on these wonders, like whether or not, like what do we have to hide?
Yeah, I
Because it's more weird that they are trying to hide things from them, honestly.
I don't know. Do you really trust them though? I feel like
They're just students.
I'm lacking trust right now. And
They-
I'm just concerned that like are they here because they're part of the club, or are they here because they've been planted here.
I don't think it's that far. I don't think they've been planted. I think they've been a part of this club since we first started.
I know, but weird
Uh,
stuff's been going on before this club started. And again, remember, I feel like the Rat Queen is a step or two ahead of us. And I might be paranoid, but I feel like
I All right.
Get-
I
what
while
about
he's
Dean,
communicating,
Dean,
he's looking back and forth between the other two.
Dean, make a mental roll with 2d6.
Okay. 7.
Okay. Okay. How should I put this? Lewis, you feel is really safe, right? You've conversed with Lewis. You kind of understand his thing is just kind of along for the ride. You're not sure if he'll back you up in a fight, but you sure as hell will do something that he thinks is amusing for him, right? You get he's here to see what silly things you guys will do and just kind of go along with it. You know almost next to nothing about the guy that is Guan and what his motives or you know what I mean? Like you don't know. He's kind of like a null factor. You're like, yeah, I don't know much about that guy. Besides the fact that he is smart, smart enough to be able to basically get out of his classes if he wants, just to chill here and mess with his camera.
Yeah. I'm still like having this telepathic communication. Uh, you know, Private Pile here. I mean, the way he while blindfolded reassembled his camera, like who does that kind of thing? I mean, like that guy's got the 1,000-yard stare.
Is
I
there
don't,
an insight?
I don't trust him.
All right. Is there
I
an
mean,
insight check I can make on camera guy real quick to
You
see if I
can
have
you can do there's
get a
like
vibe check?
do a vibe check. Let me look at specifically what a vibe check really feels like. You know what
Sorry,
I mean?
I want to. I'm going to take in consideration Dean's thoughts, and then
You
I'm
know
going to
what?
make a decision.
Glimpse the truth, or let me see if there's really a much more. Now that's to do that. Convincing
well,
someone.
there's like
It
look
is
for danger or whatever. What's more?
yeah,
I
be
mean,
vigilant. But this isn't a combat situation. It's glimpse the truth, but it's a glimpse the truth in the way that you're looking for interpersonal stuff, which you could do with the glimpse the truth. Like who's in control here? Yep, glimpse the truth. It is gonna be mental.
Okay. 1 second. I might be sorry. I might be able to do a glimpse of truth using mystical instead.
No, that's
Second.
fine. Take your time.
can I just remind
Sure.
about something? I'm not sure that Claire remembers. Yeah, like am I privy to this conversation through the telephone?
So the problem is this is when they will go off to the newspaper office, and so technically you're off doing your thing at the time. So you're
Uh,
not in this conversation at the moment. You
okay.
can, if it's something that she was around for, out of character, you could talk to her about it. But as far as your character telling her in game, no, you're not here.
Right. I mean, I guess out of character, these guys were dropped off by the principal or somebody. Yeah, principal, I think, dropped them off and was like, "Hey, these guys are not part of your club." So
All
I don't know
right.
what, I don't know what the principal's
Right,
motivations
okay,
are.
her character was there for that, so
Yeah.
that
So
is
I'm just,
a
I'm
fair
just reminding
reminder.
you about that. So like
So
these
Right.
guys didn't just.
I thought camera guy was a part of the of a newspaper club.
Right, well, he joined the newspaper club the same time
There's like
that
three
Lewis did.
people. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, there were three people. One of them is now in a mental institution.
Right.
Yeah, one's in a mental institution. The other camera guy, out of character. Camera guy is one of the guys who joined because cameras, right?
Right, he joined because basically he looks good on his college transcript, is what he told you.
Yeah, that
But
just
he
makes
was
sense.
still put there by the principal. Like the principal was like, yeah, he's not part of your club, which means
Um,
Was he?
I don't.
It's
It
been so
wasn't.
long.
So here's the thing. When you asked, Guan said no. He joined the club. At least as far as I'm aware, he said he joined the club because it would look good on his paperwork. Basically, he needed to join a club so that it would look good.
yeah, a likely story.
You could say that too, but that's what he said.
Yeah,
All
yeah. Okay,
right.
okay.
So, all right, let me glimpse the truth first.
Sure.
I'm getting a vibe check.
You're doing a vibe check.
Claire, I'm gonna be honest. Claire is not as even if she's superstitious. I think there's a logical. I think they're just students, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna try.
Okay, sure. What's the
So,
vibe check say?
so that's a snake eyes. So
Hold on.
Claire, oh no, Claire was supposed to be. Oh, okay, no, we're rolling with it.
All right, let's see.
Oh, okay. Unless
What is wait? What is snake eyes?
that's double
Failure.
ones.
Double
Three.
failure.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you kind of get like a vibe check. Like you're talking to him. Um, you're like you're having your conversation. So a vibe check and a mental kind of conversation is like, oh, so what really brought you here? And this and that, the other thing. But you notice as you are leading the questions, Juan seems to be like, how should I put this? He's reverse vibe checking, right? You're telling him these things, and he looks more and more puzzled at you. So what basically you're in the back of your mind, it's like, wait, I should retreat from this conversation because you're
All
literally
right.
going deeper and being like, so have you done anything suspicious lately? Is basically what you're saying to him. You're like,
I'm like, okay, sorry. It's been a long week.
are they always like this? He looks at like
Sorry.
Lewis, like,
Okay. I am sorry. My mom. If you really want to know why I'm here, I'm just trying to. I don't want to go home. My mom's very religious, and if I can.
well, he goes,
I-
I understand strict parenting, and it is a thing that I get.
Wow.
What? Are you saying about the quad?
Nothing.
But honestly, like that, and I don't really feel comfortable going home quite yet. Also, just we haven't really done too much of our jobs on the newspaper club, so just see if we can get some
Okay.
cool information.
I would have let this fly, except that you just like did a round of like 20 questions at him badly. So I'm gonna have to make you roll a convince.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're gonna have to basically convince him that this is actually the situation because you were doing some weird stuff a second ago. So it's gonna
Nice.
be D6 and emotional. Basically, the D6 is emotional.
Nice. I feel like we almost never get to roll like anything
11.
but like combat.
Well, it's just
Well-
that it was such a weird conversation. Okay, you succeed. Okay, you seem to, through navigating the conversation, lead him into that as being why you're here. But he does seem to still kind of, like have a perplexed thought, but then he just kind of goes back to what he was doing.
Okay, it's awkward now.
Yep,
She
you
goes
made the
back
rib
to her,
awkward.
but it's okay. So she's now she goes back to reading her horror novel.
Okay. Eventually Lewis will. God, so people are reading novels. Dean, what are you up to?
Dean wants to like just make a comment telepathically.
Sure, Dean. You can do that for free, basically, as long as you tell me it's telepathic, obviously.
Yes. So here's just a thought. And again, I might be paranoid, but Guan was dropped into the club by the principal, and we know that the guidance counselor is the Rat Queen, and also one of our adversaries. What if? Oh my God! What if the principal's in on it?
I mean,
What
with
if
that
the
logic
practice is
of
on
that we have to suspect as I'm reading and in my mind telepathically, every single teacher, every single staff, even the really nice janitor who was hired by him. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I feel like if you want, tell you what, how about if you want, you can go if you really think that this is worth searching for. I'm still really want to look up these wonders, but if you really want to find out if he's like some sort of secret agent, sent by the devil himself, then go for it. If that's what you really believe. I
Hold on.
still don't quite think. I think the simpler answer is she's just a student at school, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But
I get it. Most times, the simplest answer is the correct answer. And again, and again, I'm sorry. Like, I think just everything that's been going on lately has my mind swirling, and I'm not quite sure what's up and what's down. And I think like trying to research the wonders, if anything, might take our mind away from the serious gravity of the situation. I don't want to just look over my shoulder and see some other student and suddenly think the worst and think that they're after us.
I I
But
think you should.
I think some people are after us, and I just think like why would you? There's no reason to be able to like uh dismantle and reassemble your camera
He
uh
other than the fact
blindfolded.
that it might just be his hobby.
That's not a
He
hobby.
really likes
That,
camera.
that's
Like
crazy.
he gets like I throw a Snickers. I literally stop what I'm doing. No questions asked. Close my book. Take out a Snickers and throw it at his face. Eat a
I,
Snickers, and I go back to reading.
did you just throw a
Relax.
Snickers at me?
I just threw a Snickers at you.
What
Eat a Snickers and
I don't need to
relax.
eat a Snickers. I don't eat no. I don't need to eat a Snickers.
What is,
I'm
Lewis
just.
is just looking at you. What the hell? You want to throw his
He's
food?
giving.
All right, food fight. Goes reaching out.
Fucking see
He,
that?
you see
Hey,
Lewis like
out
run over,
right
try to find
there.
something to throw too. Oh, hold on.
This actually is a good way to. I take out a bag of chips and throw it at Lewis.
Sweet. You throw the bag of chips at Lewis. Oh, this is not great in a way. All right, you throw the bag of chips at Lewis because he was looking for like something to
It's
throw back, and he like leaps up, like kind of like dog like, and just kind of grabs it, like with the two hands, and then lands in his chair.
that's amazing.
Yeah, all right.
Wait,
Opens the bag of chips.
Hey,
I,
hey, Juan, do you want a Snickers bar? Here. And Dean picks it up and like tosses
I
it.
don't. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. I think I might be a little bit allergic, to be
oh
honest.
Chocolate.
I throw him. I throw him a cheese it cheese its.
Oh, all right, you can have that.
I offer snacks.
So
I had a snack bag.
little
It
little
was there.
little hint. Guan has been when you guys did checks on him before is half ghoul possibly or ghoul related.
Oh,
So
he's my fun. He's my fun. He's the cool friend.
right. So he does occasionally have habits that could be considered dog-like. Chews on bones, does little weird things. And when you said this and you threw it at him, his natural reaction apparently was to leap up into the air and grab it.
Oh, I should have threw jerky at him instead.
Like, whoo, and it lands.
He's a buddy. Oh, he's my friend. He's a friend. Oh,
But
he
he
gets
has not
snacks.
ever done anything really against you guys. He's
No,
just a weird dude.
he's my friend. I remember now. I relax like nothing. Relax. Derek, relax. All right. It's just Claire smiles at you. Chillax, okay?
Are we all gonna act like a bunch of kids just like throwing food around? Like Juan looks at you
Yeah.
guys like you're toddlers. Like what is going on?
Not Amos. Derek has been very tense, and I've been trying to get him to the relax. Get him
It's
to.
like when I like to relax, I like to do this, and he pulls out like a book of SAT questions and starts like crossing them out.
Wow, you must be really smart.
Yes. It's like and for a real warm up, I use the MCATs.
You're going places.
Yes, maybe to the asylum. I mean, he's smart. That's what happens to smart people. Some of them.
All right then. Perfect. Okay. Well, we're.
all right.
And telepathically, Derek's like, Derek, even if he was, I don't think he's there after us. He may, in fact, be a Terminator, like you said, because he's like some really hella smart. But even if that is the case, I don't like until proven otherwise. You can. I'm not saying don't keep your guard up around him, but more like just
Okay.
starting to question if every single person is against you is a quick way to just you're never gonna find sleep, huh, man?
Let me know when time passes, and we can. It's been a good chunk of time. You've had these interactions. I just want to know if now you're just gonna like zoom ahead until nightfall, and people in the room can decide if they want to stay or not.
Well, first of all, Dean says to. I mean, he said he even says like out loud, like maybe we should look up some of that stuff we've been meaning to get to you know
He'll Guam will
the
look up from his.
the seven wonders, like
Oh, the ghost stories.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
no,
okay,
Uh, Guam.
I'm sorry,
You
like
say
I'm
ghosts, and Guad looks up and just makes a face like, "What are we? What are we, five? Like,
what? You don't like
no
it's
such
it's a
thing as
spooky month, man. Of
ghosts."
come
course,
on, man. I mean,
it's
look,
October.
well,
Why you don't like you don't I'm not
You believe in ghosts?
I'm not saying
well, I don't believe in ghosts, but you have to admit, it's kind of in good fun. I mean,
this is supposed
like
to be
look,
something.
like people, like whatever people believe, like people are looking for you know spooky stories and
At least for the
scary
newspaper.
monsters.
Maybe for like one edition, 1 week for the newspaper, just for a
I mean, it
week.
is getting towards the end of October. At the very least, like you could get some nice shots of the school at night. Oh, it
Yeah,
is getting quite late, isn't it?
it is. I think
What
that's
time
a good
is it?
idea. That's what we could do tonight. Yeah. Now let's look up those wonders. Maybe we can find go to the library late at night. Ooh, let's get some good pictures. What are you guys planning to do? You guys heading home soon?
Lewis
Are you,
thinks about it. And, hmm, it's fun to hang out and see what trouble you guys will get into. He kind of rolls his eyes. Or I could go back home and eat. Probably have good dinner. Um, I'll tell you what. Lewis looks at you guys like if you want him to stay, he'll stay. If not, he'll probably just head back for dinner. It is getting kind of late.
all right. What about the other guy?
Uh, oof, tough call. Uh, hmm.
I mean, would he stay?
Guan likes the opportunity of taking shots of the school at night, but he's also kind of like the kind of guy that goes to bed early so he can get up early in the morning to get ready for the next day. Like,
Well, I
look,
mean,
you know, the machine reference is probably pretty good. Uh, it's up to you guys. Guan will stay with you guys to take some night photography because he doesn't get a chance to do that very often. Um, though he doesn't want to get caught by the school guards or the guard because that'll also look bad on his reputation. It's also for him it's kind of 50-50.
I'm gonna telepathically ask Dean. Dean, do you want these guys here, or do you want to tell them to scoot off?
You know, I mean, I'm sort of like I'm kind of cool with Lewis. We've got a little more history with him, but I still don't trust Guan. Um,
I mean, we'll be in a situation where you'd be nice and quiet, all alone in
well, I
the
mean, there's that, but also, uh, you know, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I mean, it might be worthwhile as we look this information up. We could observe him and see and watch his reactions.
It seems
To
like during this conversation, sorry to interrupt, Guan is considering more about the situation, and he goes, "I might go just for the fact to prove you guys wrong about ghosts, because that
Okay,
seemed
now
pretty
it's on.
entertaining.
Okay, now it's on. Nope, we're doing this. All right, as long as you're good at hiding.
Guan says that he can hide if he needs to.
All right, that's
He's
good.
done nature photography. That shouldn't be a problem.
Just imagine the guard as like a bear.
Ironically, he is kind of. That's the first joke from Guan. He is kind of a big guy.
I love how out of character. I love how after you guys say nature walk, my cat jumps into my chair again. Yeah.
Okay. Lewis kind of looks over at Guan, not in a bad way, really, but it's like the first time he seems to have done any interest in something. So you're going with them to prove them wrong. Okay, and Lewis will go,
Yeah, if you want to hang out, we can hang out. I can promise you more snacks, but if you want to eat, go eat your dinner.
I think I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna head back, I think.
Hey, Lewis. Well, thanks
As
for
much
hanging.
fun as that sounds, my parents are pretty big on like coming home at nighttime, and they don't like us like just like roaming around at night, and unnecessarily anyway. So I'm just gonna head home.
All right, I give him a wave. See you later, man.
I think if I had let them know, it'd have been good, but I don't think they would like me just wandering off. So, all right, yeah, he'll leave.
All right, acquired a camera guy.
Yep. All right.
We can get some real cool photos.
So he will get, as you get a little bit closer to the time you guys are going to take off, he will go and get like actual night photography stuff and start attaching that and getting the proper gear together. He's apparently taken up a part of the newspaper office where he's loaded all this crap for photography in, since nobody was using it. And it's kind of like...
It is what it... Oh, that's fine. I mean, we're not using it really. Out of character, we're not really using it either, so...
It's just easier than lugging it all back. It's stuff... And he'll admit some of the stuff's pretty heavy.
Do you need some help?
No, I've got it. I decided I would come. I'm going to carry all of it myself.
Okay.
All
All right, I'm ready. Guys, ready for spooky Halloween adventures?
Yes, I am extremely
I can
terrified.
I can feel the fear and the energy coming from you. It's all the way over. I can feel it from all the way over here. You're ready, obviously.
Feel. Make me 2d6 and emotional.
Me?
Yeah.
Uh, 4?
Okay. No, it doesn't matter then. You mentioned like kind of like again, it's just all been vibes thing with him, and so like you're like, oh, you could feel I could feel the energy coming off you, and I know you didn't do it as like a check, but there was something that occurred to you, but well, you know.
All right, let's go, crew. Wait, sneakily.
Okay. So, which of the things are we exploring first? Or do we want to cut back to Amos and let him have some time before we explore further? I just want to.
That's probably the play. We don't even know how long this is gonna take.
I just want to know if we want to explore one of those things and then cut back to Amos, because then it'll be kind of rewinding time to what Amos was doing during the day.
Yeah, I think you should have a chance.
Okay. We're going to stop with the camera crew and company heading out, and we're going to go to Amos.
Hello.
Hi. So yeah, your friends left. You're now left with Nick, and Nick is, competent, and he'll answer any questions that he can think that you can answer. Where do you go, and what do you do?
So first of all, I would have gotten some. Let me think about it. At least some, I guess, snacks for the rats.
Okay.
Also, maybe some gloves and stuff at the pet store.
If you believe what your friend Gavigan said, your new rat friend, he said something about rats like mixtures of things. So you probably get like Chex Mix or something, because
I assume he had that stuff at the rat store
Yeah,
or pet store.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever that is.
Oh God, what is going on with this cat? Oh my God, it's like zooming. What cat? Come on, God. You just like you know how cats get. They go use the restroom once and
Oh,
then they
he's
run
got
like
this.
crazy zoomies.
Yeah, zoomies. Yeah, yeah, of
All
course.
right, he's good now. I just was like super distracting. Uh, okay, so you get a bunch of snacks from the pet store and things like that.
Yep. Also some gloves, just in general. Um, because I might be digging around in
Some
some
some nice
rat
thick gloves.
holes,
Yeah. Okay.
and also well shears and stuff. I assume the school there are some at the school.
Oh yeah,
Um.
true. If you ask, Nick said, well, those big chemical gloves we used earlier, you could probably slap those on.
Oh, yeah, and they would have like digging stuff at the school.
Yeah, you can take them from the gardening club.
Yeah,
But
exactly, exactly.
it's
I'm
basically
assuming
only
there's
a couple of small shovels and a little shovel, you know. But
Yep, yep. I mean that's good enough. I'm not trying to like dig them out. Anyway, we're gonna go to the school, and I'm just gonna, I guess, well, we'll start outside because we're already outside.
all right.
I'm assuming there's some shed with the tools.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
So
a very infamous shed, the one that the janitor was caught in earlier in the game. That's kind of still kind of damaged, but it's mostly repaired.
uh, I'm saying I would ask Nick where the tools are. I would assume the shed, but I don't know if,
He says, yeah, they're basically stored in the shed when they're not in use. They
okay.
can't walk around school with them.
I mean, I kind of assumed that, but yeah.
As you say this kind of with pride, as the one and only member of the gardening club, he has a key to the shed because he needs to. Like it
Um.
opens.
Well, I think I have a skill that would have been able to open it anyway, but uh,
You gotta
exactly.
really, you gonna steal the moment from Nick. He's actually kind of like, I
No,
have
no,
a
no, no,
thing.
of course. I mean, if there's a key, then why not use it? You know.
Okay,
Um.
if you want
So
him to
yeah,
open the door, yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll let him do the honors.
Okay, he'll take out his key. It looks like he has a couple of different keys, but this is the one that he's marked off with like a green piece of tape or whatever, and turns it and opens the shed. You know, it's not that dramatic. It's just a regular turn lock, and he opens the door. Um, okay, there just seems to be some gardening tools, some stuff from like auditory, like the gymnasium, like extra crap, and like random tools the janitor might use in
All right,
here.
so I would grab some gardening gloves and I guess like shears, like the ones you cut bushes with,
All right.
and a um I guess kind of like a shovel. I mean they're like for gardening, the gardening like
Right.
the
Yeah.
small. Yeah, yeah.
So there's like the little hand shovel, and then there's like one big kind of hulky shovel, which is like
Well,
the
no, 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 just a small shovel.
oh the little
Don't
okay
need the
little
big.
hand shovels. Got it.
The big shovel attracts too much attention.
Okay.
What time is it? Like we would have had to get there from the
Two
store.
store three. I don't like using odd numbered times, so it's gonna be 4 o'clock between
4 o'clock.
everybody.
Okay, so school's out.
School is
Yes.
is let out. Yeah.
Okay, cool, perfect. So yeah, so there shouldn't be too many people around. But yeah, well, I guess we both grab these things. Might as well have
Okay.
them be useful. Um, and yeah, I mean, I guess hey Nick. So you said you've been dealing with the rats. Where have you been dealing with them?
Oh, he'll say that near the auditorium is where he had a fight with them, and he's also had a fight with them in the alternate hallway, not the hallway where you were fighting the slime monster, but the other wing where the students were. He had to fight them back over there as well.
What about like where's out of character? Where's the window to the guidance counselor's office compared to those two places?
It's in the faculty wing of the school, so it would
Which
be
is
closer to where the students are. The wing with the clubs is on the other side, as far as I can mentally map it. It's the club wing is on more on the right if you divide it into like east and west, right? So
Right. So
there's
I'm look
right,
if we're looking at the school where there's two wings, like we're looking at it vertically.
right,
So
okay.
we're on the right side,
Well, if you're on, let's see, I'm saying
or the bottom side of the map that you drew that one time.
right, okay. So I get what you're saying. Let me look at that map while we're talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to mentally
Okay. So
place myself.
the clubs are on the left side because it's closer to the annex on that side. And then the faculty and other stuff is more like on the right. So, okay, if that makes any more sense.
Can you share that?
Well, it's in the notes.
Oh,
I can try.
is there? Yeah. Let me see. I have them open here. Yeah.
Okay,
I
it's
just haven't. Maybe I
on
just didn't scroll that far enough.
page 39. Looks like 39.
30. Oh my God. Okay, I definitely did not scroll far enough. 39.
Because we when we talked about the club rooms, they're located on the left-hand side near the annex because you guys kind of ditched out that way. Um,
Right, and so we are on the back side,
yeah, the kind of like the back, yeah, the back left side. That's where you're.
or where the garden is. Right.
That's where
Okay, and
the club office is. Yep.
yeah, and then the office for the guidance counselor is
A more
on the
basically
right.
almost the opposite is on the right-hand side of the school,
Okay, and
closer to the back.
what is among the right side wall? Like that box, like what is that?
The right side wall.
Like
Uh,
the box around the school and annex.
oh, sorry. That is basically just a fence that runs around the outside of the property line.
And is
That
there like any bushes or anything like that?
so. Oh, I see what you mean. Are there like bushes and things on the school side where the window is? You mean where
Yeah.
the guidance counselor's area
Yeah.
is?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
no, I would see that there would still like there's still like garden stuff, right? So there's still be like
Yeah,
bushes
trees
and things.
along the fence.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what I will do. I will um I assume like he's been fighting them everywhere, but they still have to have a burrow somewhere. And I assume not just one. So I will we'll walk along the right side wall of the fence.
Okay. Yep.
And while we're doing that, I will look for like holes basically in the ground.
Okay. So you're
That
looking
could be burrows.
for one of their access points. There must be
Yeah.
one around here somewhere. All right, that's fine. Let's see. That is the most glimpse of truth that I've ever heard. So go ahead.
Yep.
You're basically looking for rat holes. That's what you're doing right now.
Yep.
Is there a way in or out? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Technically,
I'm just trying to
yeah.
see figure out where they could come from.
Right. Right.
Well, if there is a fight.
Right. That's all. That's
Hold on, I'm
right.
getting
Right in the wheelhouse of investigating that kind of situation. So that's fine.
Hey man, I'm a smart what do you call it, brainiac character. I've been waiting for my chance to investigate something. Uh, so that's an 8 plus what is my mental? Uh, my mental is 2, so that's a 10, and I have Stroke of Genius, which gives me a PowerPoint. Nice.
Okay. So first one's gonna get spent on you find a rat hole. You dig around enough over here, there's been rats, so you can find a rat hole. That's not a problem. Technically, you still have two questions left because of hold 3? Yeah, I think it's hold 3. On is it a 12 or 11? You said 11, right?
No, it's a 10.
Okay, 10 total. Okay, so you have two more things you could do here. You've discovered, it looks like a small
One
rat tunnel.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want to look up because there's a bunch of my skills modify mental rolls or glimpse of truth rolls.
Gotcha.
At least one. I used to have 2, but only one just now. Just want to make sure that it's just a PowerPoint and not like I can do something crazy. Okay, yeah, this is just gives you a PowerPoint and then just want to make sure. Sorry, I have new skills, so I don't really remember what they do. It's like the first time I get to use these.
I just realized that Gavigan is probably in Claire's bag.
I mean,
I just realized.
yes.
Okay, yeah, he's been there the whole time. Okay, cool. He's just been like throwing food into the bag, and he's just kind of like chilling in the bag. Okay.
Well, that's what I was saying about bringing him with you to the
No, no,
meeting. Because it's
no,
like, why
that's
do you have a
fine.
rat in your bag?
Okay. He's gonna get fat if you keep feeding that shit. Sorry. All right. Sidetrack. I'm just picturing that you're like he's just in the bag and she's occasionally throwing snacks in there.
Sorry, just the one more thing.
Yeah,
Too many
that's fine.
skills now. So,
You're gonna have to make a
okay.
proc. You're gonna have to make a proc chart. Be like, this hits this, so that in case these situations
Yeah,
come
yeah.
up.
No, I actually really do need to like just like get in my character sheet, just have like just like copy paste the skills in there, just so I don't have to like look them up in the
Yeah, well, that's why there's the
uh.
page numbers at least, so that you can look to see
Yeah,
where
but
it
it's
is.
still is I still just rather have them like right there.
No, no, I get you.
So yeah, so I glimpse truth. I have a +3, so that's 1. Right. Right. So other than like what Nick told me about the rats,
Right.
uh, I'm gonna investigate the burrows, maybe find some rat shit, I assume, or maybe like whatever. Uh,
Okay. No, no, no.
and I'm
This,
gonna
this is. Go ahead. Sorry.
well, and it's like I guess that this would be sort of what sort of creature is this?
And what sort of creature is this, or what has happened here recently? It was also a kind of a thing like that,
Uh,
which
yeah, well, I guess because like yeah, I'm getting there like tracing them basically,
you're
tracking them.
you're you're making a hunting check, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you reach around because you found the lucky rat hole, because that's a successful roll. You reach in there and you do find some steamy rat poop if you want, and you go, oh, it
Oh.
must have been recent. So that's two. And you can, with that information, one you can tell that one of them has been here recently. Uh,
Right.
I don't know enough about rat poop to know if they digest the bone or the bone is. Anyway,
Uh,
I
that's
don't want
the
to wiki.
rat poop. Rat poop is like if it's similar to like mice or chinchillas,
Probably is.
then it's like a small, dry, hard pellet.
Okay, then that is what you
Semi,
find.
semi, semi-hard
But
pellet.
but but recent.
So I mean, they're basically like that pretty much immediately. They're maybe like a little warm if it's like recent. Trust me,
It,
I've dealt with a lot of
no, that's
not
fine.
critter. Yeah.
Probably the grossest thing this whole game so far. You were
It's actually like honestly like the chinchilla poop was not that gross. It's just like little hard little pellets.
okay. Well, you have a warm little pellet in your I
That's why I
assume
brought the
glove.
gloves.
Yeah.
Yes. Um.
Wonder if that'd make good fertilizer. And he just looks over your
So right. Of the questions I can ask here.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can ask variants of these. I'm not too
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I understand
picky.
that. So I don't know if this is cheating, but you did say something about a bone. Uh, I guess it would be a combination of like who he's protecting, and also what are they like. What can I
Okay.
tell about the poop? Basically, what can I tell?
You're
What can
you're you're
I?
further examining it. Is what your third question is like. What
Yeah, yeah,
is the
yeah. Like
dietary habits of these
exactly.
things? You think they've been mostly eating oh man, it's kind of where you wish you had the other guy here. Oh well. You find like small animal bones. It doesn't seem like these are like parts of a human femur or something, but you do find like squirrel bones,
Oh, the bone
small
guy.
animal.
Yes.
Yeah,
Only the bone guy was here.
small animal bones. The hard part is they're fragments, right? You're not finding a whole thing. You would need someone who is an expert to.
Right. I will put it away.
Okay.
I don't know if I have. Oh, I will wish for a
Little baggie.
Ziploc bag. Yeah.
Wait, roll it.
I hold on, I gotta look it up because I
No,
think
no,
it's
that's
in
fine.
motion.
It's a magic roll, but we can look it up. That's fine.
This is the first time I get to do
No,
this.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. I just think it's funny if the whole if something bad happens due to the fact you're trying to get a plastic baggie.
Well, I don't think I would have had it with me. I didn't think
No,
about
I
that.
know.
So
I'm aware.
I'm trying to be fair. It is a mystical, which
Okay.
I have -1 on. Cool. Oh no, I
Hey,
have 1 in it.
oh, okay.
Sweet. You could make an alter reality check with mystical. Yeah, cool. Dice roller.
Huh.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
eh.
Update on rat poop. It's actually
Fuck.
long, according to Zeppo. What's up? You fail?
I got a 6 or less reality budget. You take 2 harm. Fuck.
Okay. You take 2 harm.
Because I got a
So
6.
I'm trying to picture how this works.
Ow.
Um, it just is one of those things. So you're playing around in. Oh no, that makes sense. You're playing around the burrow. You pull out the rat poop and you're examining the rat poop, and you're like, okay, I really need to wish for this bag, and so you start like doing the thing to summon the bag, and a large gray thing comes out and basically puts a hole in your glove. So like one of the like a big
Ow. So I got
rat
bit.
face comes up and like bites into your glove, and you take 2 harm, and then it dashes away.
Well, I'm guessing it like. Oh my god. I'm gonna get fucking
I don't know.
the plague now.
He's
My
got rat
God.
bit. It makes the most sense to me to why you got 2 harm. You're like, you have the bag, and you're trying to summon the bag, and you're reaching around the hole to get the thing, and there's just like a big gray face comes out and bites your hand and then runs away. You're not transformed, right? Okay, you're a person. So, it just bites you. Oh, but you have to be
Uh,
transformed to do your wish, right?
oh wait. Also, hold on. No, which is a everyday identity.
Okay, good. Okay, so that it is possible for a rat to come up and bite your glove. That is a thing that could happen. So yeah,
Yes, motherfucker.
motherfucker bit me, a rat.
And if I have I could take 1 less, but I'm not transformed, so thanks.
Right. So yeah, you were reaching around in his den, picking his poop apart, and it was recent, so you knew he was nearby, and one of them just kind of poked his head up and bit your hand. Yep. Yeah, that's I
Cool.
agree.
And do
Nick just looks
I
shocked. This thing just
Right.
comes up and grabs your hand.
I guess it was too fast for me to have learned anything from that, but
Not necessarily. You're just gonna have to like think about it. You know what I mean? You're in a bit of shock right at the moment. I'm like, oh God, this kid bit me.
uh okay,
Oh,
well, so
just to let you
uh
know, because you were there and you saw it bite you. Uh, is it worse that it had a humanoid face when it bit your hand, or was it less? I don't know. I just figured I'd put that detail in there because you were there. Because it's like, and then it leaves.
right. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would be I've seen them before, so I don't think I would be
No,
shocked.
I don't think you're shocked in that way. I just think
It's just weird.
yeah, it's still kind of unnerving. Yeah, now, especially because it bit you.
Right. Okay, well, anyways, I didn't get the bag, only just got hurt.
Correct.
And so I'll put away the poop into, like, I don't know, a piece of paper. I assume
Okay.
I had my backpack with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, you can find a piece of paper, but that's fine.
So yeah, I'll just wrap it in a piece of paper and we'll move on. But also that was weird. Um okay, so we're gonna walk down the path, the right side wall. I will can
You
I
might
want to find want to find more holes, like basically like any location along, like as many locations as I can, and I will mark them on a map, like mentally where they are.
Okay, Nick like makes a gesture like you want me to like work on that for you, like because your hand is still like rat bite, man.
You're looking for the
Well, no, for like
holes.
to fix your hand. He looks
Oh,
concerned. You've been bitten
oh,
by the rat.
I mean, do you have anything that like I don't know what to do with this. I'm not a, I'm a very uh, logic and
Okay.
science
Let's
coded person.
retreat
Not.
a bit to that woods line because we're right near the fence, right? And I will patch you up and fix your hand. Okay?
Well, so
Uh,
this is a great start to my to this investigation.
okay. So you he's kind of corrals you a little bit more towards the woods so that he can transform and not be in plain sight of the school. And he will like put a glowing green hand over your hand, and your wounds will heal up after a short while. It's
So do
like,
I get
oh,
my health back?
yes. And he'll look at you and go, okay, try not to get bit by more than one of them at a time.
Oh, I actually didn't realize that he had that ability. Okay, cool.
He
I did not.
used it on Dean when he was knocked down a while ago, but it took much longer because Dean was way, way worse off.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about. Yeah, well, good to know. To remember.
Okay, he'll turn
It's
back to his normal
good to
form,
have a healer with you.
especially if you're going to be sticking your hand down rat holes. You know they bite, right? He just like he's not like making fun of you. He's like legit concerned that you're just sticking your hand down there. Also, I think that would also deal with the infection, so you probably don't have to worry about seeing a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doctor.
Oh, well, I assume it kills. It hasn't spread that quickly, so
No, that's that
it would be
that's why
concentrated.
he wanted you to go as quickly as possible to the woods so that he could deal with it quickly.
Can he tell if so we're mentally connected? Can I glimpse the truth from his like experience healing me to see if they do have any kind of diseases? Like, can I
He
glimpse the
does
truth about any kind of like anything from the bite itself?
glimpsing the truth from the bite. Um, I'm trying to see what you would gain from that. Let's see. So you can glimpse the truth on the bite. Sure. Roll it and let's just see what the result is first before we worry about what you can learn from it.
All right.
Obviously,
It
this is
is a
happening as before he's healed it up because you can look at it.
yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. It would be a 9.
Okay. Let me look real quick. Give me a second. I have a thing if I could find it.
Well, so like I don't know, like if they have diseases, if like how much damage does it normally do? Because like
Oh
this
well,
was a
that's
special
true.
thing.
You were a human at that point when it bit you. So, yeah.
Or like the fact that their face is humanoid,
So
so maybe are their teeth human too?
no,
Anything
the
like
teeth seem like much more jagged and unnatural. The faces seem more human, but the teeth are jagged and unnatural. Um, you're lucky that he brought you out to the woods, because 2 damage when you're a person and 2 damage when you're a superhero are kind of different. Like they really like ripped up your hand, which is why he was concerned, and so he brought you to the woods to fix you.
right.
Against a normal person, and remember this is just one of them. They could probably shred somebody in a group.
Right.
Um, what do you learn? They're well, you were right there. They're fast. You knew they were fast moving, obviously, as rats can be. But you definitely think that if they were against people in the scale that we're talking about, it would go really badly. For some reason, they don't just like roam the streets taking people out. I don't
Well,
for
not
whatever
not yet,
reason.
not yet. They're not in once you get too many enough rats, they can like take over.
Maybe.
Uh
Maybe they think their numbers are growing. There's any number of possibilities of why that is. But for whatever reason they've
oh
been sticking to smaller animals.
right. Okay, so now that I'm patched up, just let's proceed down the row of trees along the fence and just look for burrows. And I mean, I guess there's grass or whatever. Just in
Okay.
general, the area outside the window, like close enough to the window.
So what are you looking for? Are you looking for another hole or are you looking for like an entrance? Like I just need to kind of get an idea. of what you're
I
looking
mean,
for.
isn't the hole an entrance?
It is, but it's an entrance. Like you, are you looking for an entrance that you could like explore? You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Or are you looking
I
for
mean,
a
if I
rat hole?
find one, if I find one, sure.
Okay. So let's see.
But I mean, I assume that it's rat sized.
Let's think about this. Yeah, unfortunately, you can find more burrow holes, but they're all about the same size as you would think for a rat creature.
Right. Okay, I'll mentally mark where they are.
Okay.
Or I mean, or physically, like a map with just like X marks the spot for like where the burrows are.
Yeah.
This is outside. I'll examine the window. I'll examine along the wall as well where the guidance counselor is.
Okay. Hmm.
The wall and like the window itself and so on. I'll
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't. But like this is without the guidance counselor's seat.
No, I
So for
get
now
it.
we're yeah.
I want you to do. Oh man, it's gonna be a couple of things, and then I'm probably gonna after this next segment, I'll probably cut back for a little bit.
Yep.
I want you first to make a physical roll, not your strong point. I know, but we're gonna do a physical and 2d6.
Well, so first of all, I think that's definitely a fail. But is this for stealth?
No, it's not a stealth check.
Okay. I think my physical is like negative 0, -1.
I mean,
Physical
it's still
0, so yeah,
possible. Yeah, go ahead.
because I'm going along the wall, like outside of the field of vision of the window into the guidance counselor's office. So
Okay.
like loop back far enough north, and then walk along the wall of the school
Right.
before we hit the window.
No, I get it. It's not like you're sneaking by. No, that's not what I was making you roll for.
Yeah. So I rolled a 5.
Okay, that is not a success. Uh, it occurs to you that you could like kind of like you could feel around the wall, but the only way you could check to see if it's something odd is to literally put your ear basically against the wall to hear if there's weird noises or things scurry. You know what I mean? Like you have to do like a physical check to see that stuff. So you put your ear to the wall and you don't hear anything useful to you. You know what I mean? Like you don't hear any movement.
So in the wall, but I'm also looking for like holes
Okay.
from the outside
No,
into
no,
the,
I get
into,
you. And then now you can make the mental one.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'm just kind of going down the order of how people check, right?
I got a
your ear to the
12.
wall. Okay. From the outside, you do notice that there is like a hole to go from the outside of the school into the walls. Like you
Got
kind of
it.
like dig it out from under some like random clutter, but you go, okay, there's an entrance here that if you wanted to scurry in, you could.
Wait. I can. It's still rat size.
Oh yeah, it is still rat size, but I'm saying it seems to be an entrance for rats, kind of purposely out here.
1 second.
It kind of looks like should we just patch that up?
Well, that's actually what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah. I do want to patch this up. I'm trying to think about what the best way is. Uh, well, from the gained knowledge, I'm gonna look for some aluminum. What do you call it? Like the foil, whatever.
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
gonna wish for that.
Okay, roll for the wish, and you might. Go ahead.
I got a 6 plus my mystical is 1, so 7. Yay!
Okay,
Succeeded.
you succeeded. Yeah, that's fine. You can get a ball of like the appropriate kind of metal, right? And you kind of like shove it in there, and kind of block it off. Do
And
you
I
wanna?
can block it with and then like a brick after it.
Sure, and like block a brick over the front of it. Uh, they might be able to chew through the brick, but then they're gonna get to a chunk of metal that they're not gonna like.
Yeah. I'm just like so that it can't just push it out.
Right. Okay. And I think I'm gonna cut back to the other group,
Yep.
if that's cool.
Yep.
Okay. So the other group, it is
Yes.
nightfall. Okay. Which of the crazy things did you want to explore first?
The one that only happens at night, like the library
So
one
there are a
first?
couple of those. Let me go rumor wise.
But all the spooky things happen at
I
night.
mean, most of the ghostly things happen at night. Like, obviously, why would like if there were ghosts were showing up during the day? I think there'd be a little bit more. Is how many students are there here? You know. Anyway,
Maybe the
so
the
we
priest one, the actual ghost.
sure. That is the lunchroom. So you guys gonna sneak over to the lunchroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick question out of character: are mystical connections you need to be in your form for, right?
To do powers, you need to be in the other form. If it's part of your like archetype or something, you don't have to be.
So like
Uh,
the everyday identity. You can
Everyday
do
identity
whatever.
stuff, yeah.
But magical and
Unless,
mystical, you have
unless
to
you pick
be.
that feed that lets you do otherwise, yeah.
That's on the
yeah,
list.
that one is very good. Yes.
It's really
Or
good.
some skills also will say that you can do them at any point.
At the moment, if you want to do any super keen wacky powers, Guan is literally right there, so you'd have to shift
Yes.
in front of him, basically.
No, that's literally that was just a question. That exact,
You basically took a handicap because you have Guan with you.
That's right.
Okay. So you go into, you're gonna try to get to the lunchroom. Let's see. Between the
Good
two
stuff.
of you, who has the lower physical?
I have one.
Okay. Roll 2d6 in physical, because there is one guard roaming the building.
8.
Okay, that's fine. You realize which hallway he's in and don't go that way. You know? And you will go into the lunchroom. It is still dark in here, so I assume you guys are using like flashlights or something like that.
Are there street lights or any external?
There are a couple of streetlights. I have described that in front of the school, but it's not, it's the school is closed. So
Yeah.
it is kind of dark in here, so you're probably gonna have to use flashlights.
Okay.
Okay. So why are we in the lunchroom? Come on, look at you guys.
There's supposed to be a ghost that shows up in here, so we're gonna wait for a bit. If you want to help get some cool picks, that'd be nice.
Okay. This is almost like a straight up luck roll because it's like occasionally wanders the lunchroom. So it's gonna be whoever has the lower mystical at 2d6.
That's the
Yeah, it's gonna be Dean.
that has to be Dean.
The NPCs don't roll; they're just there.
Just a second.
'Cause, if I roll, yeah, no.
You would have been it'd be great.
I don't
Thank
know.
no man.
I would have succeeded, but it would have been great. But,
5.
Okay.
you gotta get luckier, buddy.
Let me think about how this plays out. Okay. You are kind of like killing time, waiting for the ghost, right, to show up. And Dean is sort of just like sitting on a table and like he gets up to like kind of move, he's been sitting there for a little while and like a couple of plates come like clattering to the floor. Like somebody forgot to like clean off the table. And so like the couple of plates like go clang, 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 clang.
Oh, we gotta bail. Somewhere else. Library.
All right. So you just flee. If you just leave, then you won't have to deal with I assume the guard like checking in on here. Okay. So you're guys gonna go to a different room?
That's my plan. What do you think, Dean? What do you want to do? Should we stay?
Juan's like, yeah, we should go.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, we can hide for a little while and let security pass by, or we can go to the next room.
We gotta make a decision quickly.
I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to make your
All
decision.
right, let's go.
Okay. All right. To the library. Let's see. Again, this is going to be another check for Dean. Man, he's going to get all the points because he's got the lower mystical.
Yep. There's nothing I can do.
Well, that's a good reminder. I just remembered to keep track of my failure.
Yeah.
9.
Oh my God, this is a success.
Oh my god.
Woohoo!
Okay. This one's just weird. I don't know how much knowledge you're going to really get from this, but sure. You're sitting in the library, and Gwan's just there, and he's kind of like, maybe he looks like he's probably thinking about like going out of the room, maybe taking a different shot of a hallway or something to use later, and then he looks at the time because he's bored, and he starts pointing at like at the clock. It's like pointing at it. Do you guys look in that direction? I assume.
I look.
I'm not that you weren't like looking in that, but he like and the clock just starts spinning like crazy. Like, oh well, that could be anything. That some sort of electrical issue.
What
You know,
electrical issue causes it to go that fast? Usually it just causes the thing to stop.
I don't know, man. There must be like some sort of scientific. I'm not a scientist, but there must be a logical explanation. I'm sure.
We need a way. Is there someone here with us? Um,
Yes, says Guan.
oh my god. Is there someone dead with us, like a ghost? If you're here, give us a sign. That not just
Okay.
the clock.
Yeah,
So
they
you,
already gave the sign.
Give us a sign.
Give us
um,
another sign.
so you, as a person who has a high mystical in as a character, you try to reach out. Give this to you for free. You try to reach out. It doesn't seem like there's a ghost involved in this one. It just seems like the clock is spinning wildly for some other anomalous reason. It isn't a ghost really related though.
Um, I'm still gonna try to figure out what's causing this because this is a little freaky.
Okay. Whew. Okay. You didn't have that critical piece. The problem here is you didn't see that critical piece of information that might help with this. So,
Maybe I can try to get to 1 second. Maybe there's a mystical connection. Not mystical, but
I
1 second.
will allow because that person is not here and they would probably help. If you want to like telephone that in, because this is pretty dramatic for sure.
I am gonna
Um,
telephone that in.
okay. Eddie will answer because this is an interesting question, right? Electronics related, kind of up his alley. He'll think about it and goes, "I think there was something to do with time in the old man's basement. About something about lines or parallel world lines or something like that. I don't know how much it would relate to this, but there is some time stuff going on."
Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna try to do a thing. I'm gonna see. Um. All right. So I'm going to try. I'm gonna try to tell. Oh, Sands of Time. Oh, another universe. I'm gonna see if I can
Oh,
find.
oh no. Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling I
Yep.
know what
Yep.
you're
You
going to
know.
do,
Yep.
and
Yep. You know.
that might
Yep.
cause some sand loss. But go right ahead.
That's okay. I'm gonna try it. It all fits together.
Okay,
Uh,
roll it, please.
I'm gonna roll it.
Okay. No, I'm not. There's nothing here that prevents you from doing this. I'm just, it's your own thing. All
That's a
right.
10.
Okay. It's quite what you think it is. So this is a time anomaly going on in here in this library. And because you've opened your mind to it, I want you to roll wits about you next.
Absolutely.
Because this is not something people should see. This is just you it's better just to think of it as a spinning clock. It really is.
All right. It was what's about you mental?
Wits about you I think is persona, but I will check.
Oh, that changes everything. Claire is not a well put together human
Look, you stared
emotionally.
into the abyss of time and space. That's what you did. You were like, "Oh, it all fits together. I see. This must be about parallel worlds and this." And then it opened up to you, and now you have to roll.
All right. Is it persona?
Yes, it's persona. Yep.
That changes everything.
Well,
What do power pulls do again? Do I have
you
to?
could spend a PowerPoint to increase a roll. basically. I think you can either increase or re-roll, but you have to do it beforehand. Oh, sorry, no,
Skill
sorry.
A.
You have to add it beforehand. It's just a point. It's basically a point per.
Okay, you have to, it gives you a point.
Right. So you do roll already?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
4. That's a 4.
Okay.
You don't understand. I have a negative.
Okay. No, this makes the most sense, and it's also the most trouble for everybody. You see 5 or 6 different realities of you guys roaming around the library, which is bad. A human should not perceive multiple versions. And they're like, and sometimes it's with your friend Guan, and sometimes it's with Lewis, or sometimes the people are different, but it's the same 3 people, like a group in the library looking at the clock, and then you like look at yourself looking at the clock, and you know what I'm saying? Like you're
Oh no.
looking at
Yeah.
each other through the clock. And then you just scream because this is just wrong and everything's wrong. You should all be looking at each other. That's bad. That's probably not good for the universe. And you just scream and kind of like start freaking out. Juan's like, it looks like he's gonna panic and run. Dean, your reaction? I'm just trying to picture like this person just stares at the clock and it's like, oh, I get it now, and just starts screaming. Uh-oh. Is
All
Dean?
right. So
I think
Dean,
Dean is muted.
Dean, you're muted if you're talking.
I don't know if he's talking or not because I can't see his camera, but um, Dean?
He might be away. With that
Okay.
in mind, let me know when I get control of my character again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be immediate. We were like just freaking out, and the problem here is that what would go on here? Dean? Nah, no, fuck that. Guan just run. This is gonna get us caught.
Yep, he
Guan just
bolted.
takes off. He's like, I'm out, and he just leaves. He's like, I'm not getting caught for this, And I only have to figure out what Dean's reactions is. I assume he's just gonna try to like get you out of the room until like and otherwise told, and you know what I mean?
I mean, as soon as Claire, when Claire, let me know when Claire gets control of her character. When I get control of
Okay.
Claire again.
The
That's 'cause
problem
I
is
have
I
to
am
control.
at a short, a kind of a bottleneck, right? Because I don't want to like say what Dean would do
Maybe
if
Dean
Dean's.
just kind of staring at it as well. Did he look?
I mean, Guan basically pointed to the clock, and then you did the puts together, so you're getting the special effect. Um,
Like, 'cause as soon if I'm getting after whenever I stop screaming and I get control, I'm like, okay, it's okay, relax.
okay.
Before she gets a chance, when she realizes that she just made a lot of noise, I'm gonna transform and
Okay.
control shadows to basically make myself disappear into both of us disappear into a shadow to try to.
Okay, this makes the
That,
most sense. Dean, like any other person, when you start screaming, and he's always been kind of compassionate towards the party, Dean kind of like is like be like, oh, calm down, and you're just like wailing, and then like you hear like the guard coming, right? And then luckily hero transformations are faster than a dude going down a hallway.
yeah,
And you basically turn into like a group of shadows as he turns the corner. That makes
it's
the most sense to me.
it's dark. Just don't shine the. I try to make sure I'm like in a dark
Yeah.
corner. By the way, so if he shines it, it looks like a dark corner.
So far, the guard's experience is plates rattling in the lunchroom and like random screams. You guys are better ghosts. The ghosts. All right. He comes around a corner because this time though he was like running because he heard an actual scream, right? And puts his flashlight around as you kind of move around as a cloud of shadows, and he can't see you guys. And then just kind of like, oh, and for dramatic effect, he will turn his light up to where like the clock was spinning, right?
Mm.
And the clock is fine. It's just normal. And then he just turns around and kind of like walks out of the room.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, I think that one was explored pretty well. Uh,
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. All right. What's next?
okay.
Claire says as Chief tries to figure out what the next well, the ones that we haven't explored yet.
Okay. I'm gonna let you do basically start one more. I'm not sure if I'll let you complete it because I kind of want
Yeah, that's
Amos to help
Yeah.
close
No.
it.
No worries.
But let's see. Which haven't you went to? Okay, so that one we can pretty much assume we know what that is now. You got ghostly voices in the principal's office, the lunchroom you kind of ran from earlier, the scratching in the walls, or a portal in a hallway. Portal in a hallway sounds like the most dangerous, along with the mirror, because where that goes, who knows?
I'm gonna go for the scratching next, even though out of character, the portal sounds fun, but
Okay.
we're gonna go for the scratching.
Okay. I'm deciding how you would. Well, actually, you decide how are you going about it, because it's kind of a vague. Like there are like areas where it's been reported, but like you're just kind of like going along the wall with your ear, you know?
We're going along the wall. If we happen to go by the cafeteria, I'm gonna look in the cafeteria. I'm still coalesced to shadows,
Yeah.
so
You and a Dean bubble, basically, kind
yes,
of moving along the wall.
yes.
Okay. Well, actually, no. This makes some sense. 2d6 and physical. This is like the later in the day of the same thing that the other guy did.
Physical.
Yep.
Right. Second. That's 6.
Okay, but it's exact. Oh, so it's 6, huh?
It's exactly like
It's 6. I think 6 is a failure still, though. Let me look.
I'm just racking up these failures today.
Oh
My
yeah.
dice are not happy with me today.
Let me see. No, that makes the most sense. You're moving along the wall, and you're putting your ear to it, and Dean's going with you, and you're moving along the wall, and then you lost kind of track where the guard was because you've been busy futzing around, looking, doing your listening check, and like one of the doors to like an office, one of the the random classrooms opens up, and a flashlight basically like hits you guys.
Oh, I got a question. I'm
Yep.
I'm a spider.
Well, aren't you like a cloud of shadow right now, or
Yeah,
are
I
you?
am a cloud of shadows.
Okay.
Okay, that's
So, the big burly, beefy guard, uh, comes out of a random classroom because he was just patrolling that room, and like shines his flashlight like right in your shadowiness, and like kind of freaks out himself, because you just
bugga
see
bugga.
a big, massive shadow thing, and he's putting his flashlight. Um, the guy is kind of like a bear. Like he's a very muscular dude. Uh, and he looks like he's just slowly backing away with like a walkie-talkie, like just holding
I
his flashlight, like backing up.
I'm gonna make the shadow start look like tentacles. I want him to leave.
Okay. On that note, I will switch to the next group. I wanted to do so it was a physical. So you were checking along the wall and you didn't perceive him come out of the class, and yeah, that happened. All right, so that's good. That's where we're gonna leave it for you. Running into the guard late at night. I'm gonna go back to Amos now. Amos,
Yes.
what was the rest of your plans besides you found the hole in the wall, you patched it up, so that's one of the entrances where the rats could have come in.
Yep. So the other thing I remembered is that I have my circlet.
Yep.
Right. Which, let's think. Yeah. So we're outside. I think eventually I'd want to go inside
Okay.
and look around the area where the counselor's office is.
Okay. Let me think about how that they're not gonna be in the building. Let's see. She's doing that. Okay. The counselor's office is gonna be locked. and he does not have the key to that because there'd be no reason for him to.
Well, uh, it's locked. Do we know if do I know what time the counselor leaves like the school?
Most of the activity of the school has ended by now. You assume you spent some time outside. It was like 4, and it's like 5. So by now they've already left.
All right. So one of the skills of I wish
Yeah,
is being able to unlock locks.
correct.
I'm gonna try to wish to unlock this lock.
All right.
One sec. That's a 7 plus 1, so it's an 8.
Okay. Easy enough. It's not like the lock was super complicated. There's a pop noise, and the little thing on the other side goes and opens the door, so you can get into the office.
All right.
The,
Before
go ahead.
before I do, so the circlet, if I remember correctly, I can't just like selectively say start speaking in rat. Or can I?
Let's see. It lets you perceive and understand. You're in response is when your trigger happens. You don't.
Right.
You can't be like, I know I could speak in rat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking to a rat.
No, I'm saying it's like Harry Potter before she learned to speak parcel tongue.
I haven't watched enough Harry Potter, but I get what you're meaning. Is that like you can't just.
You never read the books?
Nope.
Well, anyway, before he like went in the earlier books, he can do it in like if he hears parcel tongue, like the snake language,
Yeah.
he can understand it and say stuff in it, but he doesn't know that he is like he's saying stuff, but only he to him it's English. Everyone
Right.
else hears him
It
talk in it.
activates the thing activates on the presence of that condition.
Exactly. So
Right.
again, it's the same as that thing in Harry Potter. Anyway, so I'll hey Nick, I'm gonna just like quickly see what's what inside. What are Nick's abilities?
Nick's abilities seem to be healing, defensive, and he seems to have a ability to create bindings of sorts. Like he can like make like basically tie someone down with vines, stuff like that, like restraint. None of his seemed like combat focused damage wise. He is a healer support, if that makes sense.
Actually, uh, what? Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna leave the door cracked open
Okay.
such that I can and tell him to wait, uh, like in a spot where I can hear him.
Yeah.
And if he sees someone coming,
Yeah.
to like to just start laughing very loudly.
Uh, Nick will look at you. Can I do something more like a bird noise or something? I mean, if you want me to laugh, I'll laugh. But
No. Yeah, laugh. It's specifically laughing.
okay, gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
screaming works too, but like
No.
that's more and
He'll,
more.
he will wait outside while you search the room, since he feels
Right,
kind of
but
uncomfortable about raiding somebody's room. Anyway.
yeah, I get that. I get that. I just want him. I want him to be on a lookout such that I can see him if someone is coming.
Okay. So, are you like going through like the office looking for stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I would suppose that's the good old search check that we use all the time.
So that's still a glimpse of truth.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Tell me if you get a really good success, because it'll be really fun.
Okay, then hold on. Well, in that case,
I will
test per se.
I will be a generous GM and say that getting a good success in here would be really entertaining,
One second.
but not with no context. So you can tell
So
something.
I just need to look up the sheet real quick.
Okay.
I can do a power pool. Spend 2 to gain advantage on the next roll. No, I'm just gonna spend 1 to gain a +1 forward.
Okay. You're like, I really want
So
to search this room because it's probably important.
yeah, I mean, well, this is the best shot we're gonna have. Uh, eh. Oh my God, a nat 12.
Okay, as predicted by what I thought was going to happen. You
Plus,
go into the
plus
office,
2 mental plus a forward.
right? By the way, get yourself a free I think
PowerPoint. Or
PowerPoint. You basically
oh
earn
wait,
back your PowerPoint.
that's two PowerPoints because I also get +1 on a +10.
Okay. And this is another
Yeah.
gag that's been set up months in advance. So you go into the office, you're like, you think about it. That's why it's a critical. You go, wait a sec, I think I know something. And you like dig under one of the couches and you like feel around under there and you feel something really like powerful. Obviously, you're not just gonna like grab it. You like kind of like tilt your head to see what it is. And you see like basically a large silver hand mirror thing with weird writing and stuff all over it. And you're like, all right, now I need to know very carefully what you would do in that situation.
Does the mirror look like the one from the bathroom?
No, it seems like it has similar qualities and weird stuff going on with it, but the question is, what do you do with it?
Hmm. I'm gonna go. Is there any like uh large piece of paper or a
You could,
cup
you,
like a
well, you
or
could
like
either, you could wish for a bag or something to shove it in. You could grab paper and stuff from the office, or maybe even like a leather case. You could find like some like briefcase or something and shove that in it. Or, I mean, there's plenty of options here.
well, I don't want to necessarily look into it right
Yep,
away.
gotcha.
Or at least can I take a peek at it without like see if I could like see anything on the
Okay.
surface, but not like
So
look
I'm
deep
gonna
into
be
it.
nice and say that the mirror is facing downward under the chair. Okay,
Ah,
under the couch.
that's what I was afraid of.
So if you flip it up, you will be looking at it. If you
No.
drag it
I'm not
along
gonna
the
do that.
floor, you might be able to like shove it into the bag without
Well, that's what I'm
looking at
saying.
it.
I don't think if it's somebody placed it down, facing down, you wouldn't do that unless you didn't want to look into it. Because like otherwise you might end up scratching it
I
and so
mean,
on.
this is looks like a really expensive
That's what I'm
thing.
saying.
It's kind of weird that it's shoved under the couch or
That's what I'm
whatever.
saying. No, you wouldn't do that with a mirror you didn't really want to look at. A nice expensive mirror you didn't want to look at. I guess I'll wish for a like a sack, like or like yeah, like how big is the mirror?
It's I'm trying to give you a good proportion. So it's about you like large hand mirror, like opulent hand mirror size, if that makes sense to you. Medium. It's a medium sized mirror. It's not small hand mirror, but it is just kind of a bigger version.
Okay, I'm gonna wish for a like a leather I don't know the things they carry like architecture drawings in like
Yeah, I know what
the
you mean.
pieces of paper.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wish for one of those. Let me roll in. And because I have shit magical, I'm gonna do a spend 2 to get a
You
4.
don't want to. Yeah,
No,
I have a feeling you're like,
or
I don't want to mess this
rather
up.
advantage.
All right, so you rolled it before you spent before you rolled. That's what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
know. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So I roll 3 instead of 1,
Good.
or rather 3 instead of 2. 3 of these.
Don't still roll two ones because it'll still be bad.
Okay, I rolled a 4, a 3, and a 6, so that's a 10.
Okay.
The 4 and the 6 is a 10 plus. I think I have 1 mystical, so that's an 11.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to describe to you what happens. You reach underneath with the mirror facing down, right? I assume that's what you said. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to like look at that thing.
No.
And
I'm gonna just like slide it in.
you slide it into the briefcase carefully and then close it.
Yep.
As you have to move it off the floor into the bag, you could almost feel like the mirror like you weren't looking at it, but you could feel like the power of the mirror as you slid it into the bag because you know what I mean? Like you pick it up for like half a second to get it in, and it's like the bag is like it's in there, but you're like, I definitely don't want to fucking look at that.
Right. Can I
That
tell
seems
anything?
dangerous.
Can I tell anything about the mirror from that?
Uh, without even really doing a roll, this is extremely dangerous, and you should either not look at it or examine it under very careful circumstance. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
oh, and so yeah, you're gonna leave, I assume, unless you're gonna do more raiding.
Well, I did want to like look around a little bit for any holes along the walls,
Oh,
and
yeah, sure. Make the roll for that, and actually, hold on. You made your success, which gives you multiple things. So
yeah,
that
let me
was one,
double check that.
and well, it's 10 or plus. It's like three. So
Uh,
one was the obviously the thing that you found underneath the couch.
right. So I guess yeah, I get a cold three, and or I can ask that question. Um, sure. I guess I'll look. I'll spend the second on looking for like any
Right.
holes along the walls. Like I guess that would be. I
Right.
mean, yeah.
Well, you're pretty low to the ground to look for where the mirror was anyway. So you do notice that there has been intentionally like holes under furniture and things in the office
Like big enough for a rat kind of thing.
for one of these guys to climb out of. Yeah.
Right. Um. Also, by the way, I have my circlet, so
Yeah.
I guess can I hear? I would be able to hear them talking if they were
Right. They're not here right now for whatever reason. They're not here.
right.
I know what
All
that
right.
reason is, but they're not here right now.
Right. Okay. And I'll use the last to look just inside the I guess there's a desk maybe or a cabinet. So I'll search those real fast.
Okay. Yeah, just you're mystical, 2d6 and mystical, because you're just pulling papers out of the desk, right? You're like, I don't know, is it important? Maybe.
Well, I have my isn't it that my third glimpse of
Oh no,
truth?
sorry, you're right. You're right. Let me think about what would be useful in there. Oh, well, incriminating evidence is always good. You dig in the desk and you find like IDs and photos of like the students that were changed, and you can like in a folder, like its own little folder of like a picture and their backstory and like that kind of stuff. Like these people were marked.
Um, is this? Hmm, I guess I should I just take that with me?
And that's up to you. You can, but
I don't know if it'll draw attention that I've been here because
I
like the
mean,
mirror it's like I guess like
you
I don't
have
know
to
if
make a decision on that. That's
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. I'm saying I don't know if the mirror is something that she was looking at like every day. I doubt it. Actually, was the mirror covered in like dust at all?
The mirror was covered in a little bit, but not like a lot of dust. Like it'd just been under there maybe a
Yeah,
few
but it's not like
days.
a thing that you look at every day.
Correct.
What about the notes? Were they like shoved down
No,
like somewhere
they were
far
kind of
or?
just in the desk. She probably
Okay,
is
so
not looking at them now.
okay, I will try to commit these to memory, but I will also write down at least the names and like
Okay.
IDs of the people.
Okay, so you
Or
good.
yeah, the IDs. What kind of IDs are they?
They're basically just like the student. It's not really IDs, more like a dossier, right? Like you got a picture of them with like some information and
Ah,
some like weaknesses, probably like in their backstory. But like you don't have time to dig through their whole backstory. You just get
yeah,
like
yeah.
just scribbling down the
I'll
names,
just yeah
right?
names and photos. Well, photos, but at least names and like I guess addresses maybe.
Okay.
Whatever the most prominent piece of information I see it.
Okay.
I,
Uh,
I, I don't know if there's like a special section.
no, right. You just basically just you're not taking the folder. You're just scribbling names down,
Okay,
right?
okay. You know what I'm gonna do?
Right.
I'm gonna take the dossier
Okay.
of like one of the students in the middle, just like take that one with me, leave the rest, but also take jot down the names of the rest of them.
Okay. All right. That is basically. I feel like your searching is over at that point.
Yes, yes, for
you
sure, for sure.
stuff it in the thing, and I believe the raid on the office makes a good closer. So you're just kind of like leaving the. Is this like the end of your like actions here, or you're gonna do more things in the school?
No, no,
Because
no,
now
no.
you
That's
have
that's
this
that,
this
that, I don't want to.
dangerous
I don't
thing.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to take my chances here because it's like
Okay.
they can come back. There could be rats. Like there could be the security guard.
Okay.
Um,
So the last thing before we kind of fade into darkness is you leave with this leather bag, and uh, Nick looks at you, goes, "What's in the bag?" Because he doesn't know he was
uh,
outside waiting.
yeah, yeah. Well, some sort of evil. I can tell, but
Jeez.
what kind is we're gonna have to figure that out.
Okay. Um, and then we will fade. We'll fade to darkness. I hope everybody's had a good time. Uh,
Yeah, I hope I didn't. I wasn't expecting to fail that much tonight. I'm
okay.
like, yeah, the spooky stuff. I should be great at this.
Uh, Out of character, I assume some of you might know what he's robbed, and later on
Yeah, I know
will
what it
be
is.
the beginning of next session should be very entertaining. Uh,
I actually don't think I do,
that's
but
what's
I
great.
do.
That's what makes this scene, and I don't want to ruin it by
It's
like,
it's a Claire might have some
yeah, she
has a
probably does.
great idea what that is.
I feel like I would have probably done a mental like
If you want, for
multicast.
the like within the last, because now you were in the moment, right? You were packing the bag and getting stuff out of the office, and now you're kind of like running away, right? Not
Right,
running,
right.
but
As
like
we're
you
leaving,
fleeing.
I'll send a, like a multicast saying like hey guys, might have found something. We're gonna have to figure out what it is, but I don't know. It looks dangerous.
Something. Actually, I wouldn't know.
You probably would get a mental image of like what I saw.
When I it de- So
Okay.
I imagine that.
This would have happened. We can play it this way. This would have happened during the time where you were just chilling out in the newspaper office. We just didn't talk about that scene. It happened during that time period. All
Okay.
right.
I mean, would have been sometime because I was walking around outside for a while.
Right,
When
but they basically stayed in the school building until
Yeah, yeah. While you were
nightfall.
reading, you would have
Right.
gotten yeah.
Right.
so
So
you
it's perfectly valid that this just happened in during that gap.
Yep.
so basic you sent a you said you sent a mental image of what it was.
I guess I don't know if it's an image or like a vibe.
Well, no,
I don't
you
know.
you could send. Everybody's been saying that you've been kind of basically see what they see. So that's
Yeah,
what we've
yeah.
been doing.
What I saw when I like was putting it in the bag, which
Right.
is like the back of this thing, and like
Wait,
the feeling of evil that like I was sensing.
wait. Is that what I think it?
It is exactly
I,
what you think it is, Claire.
you
It's
get a you get
exactly.
a kind of gasp in your mind. It's like, okay, so you have it, right?
Taking it, I'm gonna
Don't
take it back to.
don't look into it. Just
Yeah,
don't
yeah. I
look
kind of,
into it.
yep.
Hold on to it. And after I finish my little escapades tonight, tomorrow, when the whole gang is here, we are going to try to deal with that.
Any suggestions on how to store it?
No, just don't look at it. Keep it covered. Make sure no one else. Just maybe don't touch it if you can help it. Yeah, that'll
Well,
do.
well, as much as I had to put it in the bag, but um, who has a which of us has the best basement to put it in, or best house, I guess.
Okay.
That I
I don't
imagine.
know. We can figure that out later because I don't know what kind of who lives in what kind of house.
Okay. And that's the final closure
Yeah,
is that
yeah,
Claire
yeah.
sees what it is and do you tell him before we close what that is, or are you just gonna be like that's
I
very
tell him.
dangerous? Okay. Well,
What
I
is it?
you should probably actually tell him because I don't think he
I
remembers.
actually don't know. I think I might have not been here when
you
it.
might have not have been there for that
Yeah.
session. It's a very special mirror. It's way back during the time where we were fighting the. Actually, no, you would have been here for that session.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You were
Right.
there. No. You were there because
Okay.
it
I
was
was.
she got the image. She got the image when your character changed things, or was it somebody else's character?
No, he was there, but it was something that you did that altered it to make it go under there.
Yes,
Right.
I remember. We were remember that time we were messing with we went into the forest, and there was that thing with the little with all that energy, and then we had to fight it.
Oh yes, of course.
So I tampered with that, and I tried to send it and kind of whoever was controlling, because they were trying to absorb the imagery, I tried to stop them or at least mess with them. And all I got was an image of a mirror. And I sent the mirror
Oh, it's
away.
that mirror.
It's that mirror. Where did you find it?
Under the couch, our rat queen's couch.
And that's where we're gonna end.